Doing a strategy of turning large parts of Ukraine into vast wastelands.
Ukrainian officials say Russian forces are escalating their onslaught on the wrecked eastern city of Bakhmut, bringing new levels of death and devastation in the grinding months-long battle. President Volodymyr Zelensky said late on Monday, everything there is completely destroyed. There's almost no life left. The whole land 2 near Solidar is covered with the corpses of the occupiers and scars from the strikes. Russian troops, alongside soldiers from the Wagner Group, a Russian private military contractor, have advanced in the region in recent days. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Iran has sentenced a Belgian aid worker to 40 years in prison and 74 lashes after convicting him of spy charges in a closed-door trial. News and analysis, townhall.com. Prosecutors have detailed suspicious activities by the husband of a missing woman.
Brian Walsh of Cohasset, Massachusetts, was arraigned Monday in Quincy and held on $500,000 bond on a charge of misleading investigators. His wife, Anna, a mother of 3, was last seen January 1st when she was purportedly traveling to Washington, D.C. for her job at a real estate company. Prosecutors say Walsh attempted to delay investigators when he failed to tell them about his visit to a Home Depot when he bought $450 worth of mops, buckets, tarps, tape, and other items. Walsh's cell phone data shows he traveled to the areas of Brockton and Abington while he was supposed to be on home confinement, awaiting sentencing on a federal fraud case involving the sale of fake Andy Warhol paintings. I'm Jennifer King.
Warmer weather is helping Europe keep the lights on and the heat on this winter, despite Russia cutting off most of its natural gas supplies to the continent. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tablet said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
The truest of all the days.
Yes. Well, I know it's supposed to be windy today.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Not yet.
Yep.
But late.
The trees are still calm. For now.
That's right. Just the coolness of a January morning out there.
Quite nice. It's unseasonably warm.
It does feel a lot nicer than, like yesterday, I was downright warm at a couple times. I was like, man.
Yeah, I had to kick the hoodie off. I'm like, all right. All right, winter.
And I got my semi-new $16 jacket that I really haven't been able to wear.
Right.
Except for like a couple hours in the morning. And by this afternoon, it'll be donning it.
I think I'm going to hold out until springtime when all the coats go on clearance because nobody bought coats this year. But so there's going to be a ton of them on clearance.
Yeah.
I think this is the year I'm going to get my thick coat for next year.
But this one's kind of a thicker everyday coat, but it's thicker than my old everyday coat.
I figured out what it is. It's the fact that it's flannel.
Yeah.
Or the flannel look about it is what throws me off about it.
I haven't worn flannel since like the 90s.
It feels like you should be kicking it in the parking lot of a Home Depot wearing that jacket.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I in the 90s there was a flannel, as many did in the 90s. There was a flannel period there, right? But I have not really worn a lot of flannel since the 1990s.
You know what?
Nice change of pace.
You know what look should come back around? The Vato.
No.
Do you remember the Vato?
Yes, I do.
It's a good look. I mean, do-rag, top button flannel. I mean, it's a good look.
Kind of a cape-like situation with the shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. You got to have a certain build to pull it off.
I just want to see. It's one of those things where you want to know whatever happened. Whatever happened to Spider. Whatever happened to Rowdy.
He's been reminiscing about old 80s movies here. I'm well, if we're gonna do that, I would dress like the cast of Breaking 2.
Electric Boogaloo?
Yes.
I like that you specifically went for 2.
2, yes. Well, 2 for me was the OG,
dude.
But 2 brought the game.
And here's the thing: there's very rarely that you'll see a sequel that's, in my opinion, better than the first.
Yeah.
And I think Breaking 2 is like that. Mm-hmm. And the movie we were just talking about is like that. Because Short Circuit is great, but Short Circuit 2 is a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah. I think I have more quotable lines from the first one, though.
See, I think it's... I
think it's because of the character.
That's probably the age thing, too, because I think I've seen Short Circuit 2 more than Short Circuit 1.
See, I'd seen the first one because I'm a little older. Mm-hmm. I think that was the one. So, I if I remember right, I saw one of those in the theater. I'm not sure. I can't remember which one it was, but one of those I saw in the theater.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it's the second one.
That's awesome.
But, happy Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Welcome to it. We got a full slate for you today. We're actually going to replay an interview this hour. Crystal Noble with the Humane Society. Next hour, Joanne Lopez with the Chavez County Health Council is going to join us. We'll also have another guest join us on the phone, and we'll get an update from them. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're scheduled to have Robert Reynolds. I believe he's going to join us. I have my new calendar, but I didn't write down for January. So he's either in this Tuesday or next, but I think it's this Tuesday. So he'll join us at 9:15. If he does not, then I'm going to have Matt Bristol play that interview for you. So either way, we're covered there. And then I'm thinking around 9:05, right in the 9 o'clock hour, since that's when we kind of were talking about it. We'll lick the candy canes.
We'll lick the canes.
The canes of grossness.
That's right. We'll pass around canes.
Yeah, our sales manager was so thoughtful.
He really is.
And bought us a gift that consisted of a bunch of holiday-flavored candy canes. Holiday candy canes flavored like things that you don't want holiday candy canes to be flavored like sardines, bacon,
mac and
cheese,
Caesar salad, and sour cream and onion.
Yeah, there we go. So we got a festive 9 o'clock hour for you, one way or the other.
Christmas in January.
Yeah, so we'll do that around 9:05.
Yanuani.
There you go.
Have you seen that video? There's I think it's what's the guy's name? Theo Vaughn, the comic Theo Vaughn.
Okay.
He's been going around saying, just like instead of like saying January, he goes Happy Yanuani, and so he's trying to like make Yanuani become a thing. Like he's trying
for that.
Like fetch, like he's trying to make fetch happen. He's trying to make Yanuani happen.
Good luck with that. It doesn't seem that.
We're holding out.
I don't know if I like that one.
No.
January.
Yeah. No. Yanuani.
Yanuani?
Yanuani.
See, I don't even like it's hard to say.
It's easy once you get it down.
No, I want things easier, not harder.
It's one of those words. It's like I don't like that, but I do like that because of how uncomfortable it makes me. So I like that.
I'd rather be behind Marchuary.
Well, see, for Marchuary, there's already Smarch.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, from The Simpsons.
Oh.
That was they went to the student council meeting that was the year they misprinted the calendars. And Homer's got his coat on. He comes in from outside. He goes, lousy Smarch weather.
Well, I just like you got January, February. Then March just ups and changes.
Right.
Sounds like that's...
Well, March is the pivot point because then you go to April. Then the names get normal.
But then we're back, then we got the Urs towards the end of the year. I'm going to give me one more airy.
People who are fans of Order probably are mad at Ralphie May for what he named his daughter. April, May, June.
Yeah.
Or April, June, May. That's what it is. April, June, May. Yeah, April, June, May.
Nice.
Because their last name is May.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and you can't go with, March or make her first name March.
Oh, he's no longer with us, right?
He's passed.
Yeah. So what's his family? I mean, I was kind of...
I think
once he passed, he kind of haven't heard anything.
I'm sure he left him a decent amount of money. They probably just faded off the radar.
I don't know if like comics are looking out for them. Or...
I would venture that his wife probably wrote a book. I think she was a stand-up at one point. So she either went back on tour or wrote a book or something.
Okay. So
I'm sure they're fine.
Interesting. Oh, is his children of normal size? Are they big ones too? Like,
No, I believe
like
they're
Ralphie.
I think they're normal.
Okay, good. Because I mean, I love Ralphie May, but we knew he wasn't living to see 50. There was just no way that guy was gonna. He was just too obese. And
He was
not
in,
healthy.
he was into what he was into.
Yeah,
A bit too much.
It is 7:13. Probably should get this interview going. We're going to get you up to the date with the weather this hour. We'll do your Roswell Livestock Report recap con Smiley Wooten here in just a few. And we're going to play that interview with Crystal Noble. So we ought to get her started, I think.
Indeed.
So let us. Oh, by the way, I saw an amazing clip yesterday. I forgot how bad, but how sweet. So they were showing a clip from one of the Adam West Batman movies.
Oh, wow.
And it was a lovely surf competition between Batman and the Joker. And boy, howdy, is it cheesy. But it's so great.
Was it on, I can't remember if it was the movie or the TV show that he had shark spray?
Yes, that was the scene. Because he's out there surfing and he pulls out his shark spray. His bat shark spray.
That utility belt has everything.
Well, it makes me laugh to listen to Robin and the girl kind of commentate their moves from the beach. First off, Robin, the part that makes me laugh the hardest is the Batman and the Joker are both in their outfits, but they've both decided to put on a swim trunk over the costume. So the Riddler's got his suit on and stuff with these pair of swim trunks. And then there's Batman over his underpants with swim trunks. It's just pretty funny.
I would have loved to have been on the set the day that this was shot. Like, you have to know. I mean, even back in the 50s and 60s, you had to know the level of camp that this is.
Oh, yeah. I think they did. Because, I mean, look at it.
Like, if that's done unironically.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it just makes me smile so much when I watch that clip. It's just
the shark spray.
Good times.
That belt's got everything.
7:15. Let's see if you can do some surfing this week. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We do have a cold front and low pressure system developing over the Panhandle region, and that'll be moving through our area tomorrow, so we can expect some gusty wind, but rain doesn't look too likely with this system. A few clouds, but generally fair today. We'll be in the low to mid 70s. Overnight, partly cloudy. It looks like mid 30s to low 40s, and then we get the gusty wind on Wednesday, sunny and upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 39 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 55% with winds out of the northwest at 6 miles per hour. You know what? Today's not so windy. It's tomorrow's the windy day. I apologize because we actually have we have a fire weather watch already issued for tomorrow, beginning at 9 a.m. and then going through 7. That could probably be upgraded to red flag warnings and all that. But let's get through today first. Today, sunny and warm, 75 for a high. 5 to 10 mile an hour winds this morning, 10 to 15 for this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 40. Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow's when the wind's getting really nutty. Patchy blowing dust after 11, mostly sunny. 67 for a high tomorrow. Winds out of the southwest, 10 to 20 early, increasing 20 to 30, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, mostly clear and breezy with an overnight low of 32. Northwest winds 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. They'll diminish down 10 to 15 after midnight tomorrow night. Thursday, mostly sunny and 55. North winds 5 to 10. Friday, sunny and 63. And the weekend, pretty pleasant. Mostly sunny, 68 on Saturday. Partly cloudy, 67 on Sunday. So nice and warm today, and then batten down the hatches tomorrow and put the rocks in your pocket and all that good stuff. All right, it is 17 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to get you into your Roswell Livestock Report recap with Smiley Wooten. On the other side, we'll play our interview with Crystal Noble from the Humane Society. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 2,411 head of cattle sold on Monday on an uneven market with excellent buyer attendance compared to the last sale of 2022. Stocker calves sold steady to 5 lower, feeder cattle 3 to 6 higher, packer cows and bulls $6 to $10 higher, 3 to 400 pound steers $234, $250. 3 to 400 pound heifers $203, $212, 4 to 500 pound steers $215, $234, 4 to 500 pound heifers $182, $203, 5 to 600 pound steers $195, $215, 5 to 600 pound heifers $170, $150, $182, 6 700 pound steers $178, $195, 6 700 pound heifers $163, $170, $150, 7 800 pound steers $160, $178, 7 800 pound heifers $152, $163, packer cows $80, $86.50, canner and cutter cows $70 to $77.5, packer bulls $90 to $103, feeder bulls $78 to $84. The top half the cow calf pairs $1,100 to $1,400 per pair. Top half the bred cows $1,200 to $1,725 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It was 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am good.
Good deal.
I wish it would be actual winter weather out there and not spring.
Yeah, it's going to confuse the trees. We keep this up, and next week we're going to start seeing leaves start showing up on trees again.
Yeah,
I know.
We're going to be in the 70s at the end of the week, and then high 60s weekend.
Yeah,
they're going to be like, oh, it's blooming season.
I know. Talk with her husband at Roswell Seeding if you're wondering how to combat whatever's going on now with the weather.
Just go ask for John.
Yeah.
He'll be like, just wait a minute.
They can tell you the right stuff to take care of all this. So.
Right.
But, of course, if you're not familiar, Crystal joins us every couple weeks to give us an update on what's available for adoption at the Humane Society, and then, of course, talk about any specials, deals going on with the thrift store, and just, reminding folks. I know over the holidays we shared one of your videos that someone had abandoned some dogs by just leaving in a box. Yes. And unfortunately, it was right at that time when it was that Arctic freeze, like the day before Christmas or before. It was right at a couple days before Christmas where it was like...
It was the coldest time of year.
Yeah, and somebody left him out there. And some people are like, yeah, it's better than the person could have done worse things. We are in agreement there. However...
It's not hard to knock on the door.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to come in and say, I need help.
And when the temperature's that cold and you don't know, it could be the next day before someone finds that box of dogs. You just don't know. Depending on when they're left there and everything else, that's more than enough time to freeze those animals to death. And
then setting a 50-pound bag of dog food on top of the boxes, if that box would not have held up with that food, that 50 pounds
could have crushed them. Yeah.
They're not big puppies.
So, yes, that person could have done worse things, but that was not the proper way to handle that.
No, and his intentions were ill because he removed his license plate.
Oh, okay. So he was being nefarious and he knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And
but luckily,
I was reading the comments. A lot of people were kind of like, well, at least he didn't, leave him in a ditch somewhere. And I'm like, well, so he's not as bad as one would think, but he's still pretty bad, But anyway, my point is, if you cannot take care of these pets, go through business hours. That Humane Society will be happy to take them off your hands.
Call us.
But
Talk
do
to
it
us.
properly.
Call
them
what's going on,
Yeah.
so that way we can make arrangements to help you.
That way.
There's a lot of people out there that are struggling right now, and unfortunately, our shelter's only so big.
Yeah.
And if people aren't adopting animals, they're dumping them, that's more animals coming in than going out.
Yeah. Now, just curious, these weren't pets that you've seen before, right? These were...
No, they were a litter of puppies.
Okay. So someone had a litter, and then he didn't know what to do with them, and they ended up at your house.
Right.
Or you're at the Humane Society.
My house. Pretty much. But with some of the public's help, we were able to locate the gentleman.
Oh, good.
And he didn't even live in Roswell. He drove all the way from Dexter to come down here and dump the dogs.
Oh, wow. So hopefully that's been addressed and taken care of. And good news, are the puppies okay? That's the important
thing. They were
thing.
put up for adoption right before Christmas because animal control actually found them.
Oh, so
outside.
they were on the short list there, I'm guessing.
So they animal control. He did it. We were there, but we weren't open to the public yet. And an animal control officer saw the boxes with the dog food on them, came over, checked, saw the puppies, and took them in next door.
Okay. So.
And then we pulled surveillance and all of that.
Good deal. So did y'all take ownership, or did they stay at the?
No, they stayed at animal control. Just because we were trying to get the gentleman prosecuted.
Gotcha.
And if they would have stayed at our facility, because we're a private nonprofit, we don't have the authorization to go out and prosecute somebody.
Understood.
So animal control had to keep ownership of them.
Okay.
But I do believe that all of them were either pulled by rescue or adopted.
Okay, good. So they're either found a home or in the process of finding.
Yes.
Now, were they able to charge this person, or did that just go with warnings and?
We're still working on that.
Okay. Because I'm thinking, does the fact that he's not a city resident, does that pose any
They have
legalities
to
or anything
mail
that
him a junction, but because of where he lives, there's no mailbox out there, so we have to locate a mailing address for him.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm assuming he has a P.O. box somewhere if there's no mailboxes there at the property. So.
Yeah, he lives far enough out to where, you have a P.O. box.
Gotcha. Well, the point is, don't do that. Don't call.
No.
It's too easy to get rid of, or for you to surrender those puppies without risking harm to the puppies, or and to be honest, embarrassing. I know a lot of people imagine they're embarrassed that they can't do it, and don't be embarrassed about that. They much rather you come in and say, look,
and if it was
we had an accident, we had a mistake, I need help here.
And we would have offered to help you get your dog spayed, so you wouldn't end up with another accidental litter.
Humane Society is very compassionate people. They want what's best for those animals, and if you're trying to do that, even though it's not the most ideal thing, they're going to work with you on that. That's if you come knocking on the door with a box of puppies and saying, I can't take care of these, help me, they're going to be much more receptive and helpful to help you than you just leaving a box of puppies with a thing of dog food on the front and turning your back on it.
And it happens so regularly. 2 days prior to that, we had a puppy dumped in a crate.
And how often do you find out too late? I mean, that's got to be, every once in a while, that does happen.
It does happen lately. It's not been like it used to be because we have our surveillance cameras.
Yeah.
And so I can monitor them from my phone.
So you guys
and
are kind of...
so can one of the president. She can look at them too.
So when someone shows up there, you kind of get a notification.
Yeah,
and you can check it out, whether it's a
so
bird going through or something nefarious.
We've had people throw dogs over the fence where the outside is metal, but the inside is chain link. And their legs get caught in that chain link and it breaks their legs.
Oh, jeez.
And they're there overnight because we didn't have surveillance cameras at that time. Or they just throw them over not caring, and then when they land 7 feet down, they've broken a bone too.
It's sad. So please, and if you know people doing this, report them. Because
yes, call the city of Roswell, call Animal Services.
There's no need for any of that.
No.
Just not at all.
There are 2 shelters, there's rescue groups, there is a way to get help.
Yep.
You just have to ask for it instead of trying to just take care of it by that means.
Ballpark. Do you guys guesstimate on how old you think those puppies were?
They were about 6-7 weeks old.
Okay, so they were old enough to be adopted. So they've had them for a while. It wasn't like they just showed up on their doorstep 2 days ago.
He has the mama dog.
Okay.
As soon as mama stopped feeding him, he dumped him.
Ah, that's it. That was the switch when the mama stopped feeding them when they get to that point. Okay, makes sense. All right, now I follow. I was just trying to...
Yeah. And then this past Friday, somebody set the thrift store drop box on fire again. And this time, it provided a lot of damage.
What happened now?
Somebody pulled up, had a paper bag with something lit in it, stuck their head inside the drop box, lit it on fire, and took off.
That's terrorism. That's just arson and terrorism. That's what that is.
So PD has a bolo out for the gentleman. They don't want us sharing his photo and video on Facebook just yet.
Okay.
But we have his license plate. We have a picture of his face. We have video of him starting the fire and leaving the scene.
Well, I hope they catch this person, and I hope they get the maximum penalty, because that's just terrorism. That's all that is. That's if you're throwing flaming anything into a that's arson, and that's what terrorists do. That's to me domestic terrorism.
It's uncalled for.
Yep.
One, You know, if somebody did something to make you mad at the thrift store, at the kennels, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, call down and make a complaint.
Yep.
But don't endanger the animals, because if that fire wouldn't have been caught, the animals could have been injured. It could have been a total loss.
Yep. And clearly this is someone with some serious mental health problems. Doesn't matter. Throw the book at them. Because if you're of sound mind enough to think this was a good idea, then you're a sound mind that's sitting in a prison for a little bit, the way I see it.
You burn us, let us burn you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
eye for an eye.
I feel that passion, but you know, we do have laws, and we gotta respect them. But that being said, I feel your pain on that, because I don't understand why people, especially for a place at the end of the day, all they're doing is trying to help pets, help animals find homes, and making that connection between loving families and pets. That's all they're trying to do, and everything that they do is for that. Because you don't qualify for whatever reason, or because I'm sure there's a myriad of reasons why people think these are good ideas to do these dumb things. Just because you think that, it doesn't make it, amnesty free here. You're going to get caught, and you should be punished. And I don't care how rough your life is. If you're trying to blow up people's buildings, bye-bye. We're done with you.
Yeah,
put you away.
That's like somebody going to like a homeless shelter and trying to set it on fire because they're helping the homeless.
I'm all for second chances, but some things you don't get the second chance from, and that's one of them.
No.
Is when you're doing things like that. When you're terrorizing.
It was intentional. It's not like he was looking in to steal something and a cigarette dropped.
Yeah.
No. He had something in a paper bag that he lit on fire and put inside the bin. So it was a bottle of alcohol or something.
Yeah, in essence, a Molotov
He went
cocktail.
there with intentions to start a fire. He didn't just pull up and say, let's start a fire. No, it was premeditated. He had it thought out.
Well, I hope they catch this person and they get the full maximum sentence that we're allowed to do to them, because they deserve it, so, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
Anyway.
With that being said, so because of the damages from the fire, we are looking for donations to help repair the damages. Luckily,
so
the fire
some help.
department got it put out in enough time where it's not too much damage.
What kind of damage is done that you need to fix?
So we have the drop bin and then the storage unit right next to it. The entire front part of the drop bin on the inside is plywood. The outside is metal. So all the plywood is burnt.
Okay.
So
we
really
need replacement plywood.
Replacement plywood for reinforcements. Just
nail
little
screws and things
of that nature. If you got extra lying around, we'd be glad to.
And I would
use
do one better. If there's some handy people out there that would maybe like to donate some time and effort and say, hey, I heard what happened. I'm free next week. Can I spend the afternoon and do some carpentry work and clean that up for you? If there's a kind-hearted soul that has time and ability to do that, we would greatly appreciate that.
That would be a blessing.
Yeah. Like I said, we can't really afford to pay in anything because, the money's kind of being used to take care of pets right now. But we would greatly appreciate if there's some kind, generous pet lovers out there that would love to fix that bin and do they
help us.
Fortunately, you're able to keep the thrift store open and everything. It's not burnt to a
it didn't
point.
get into the thrift store.
Good.
It just was the donation bin area and then the storage bin next to it where we store like the extra books that are donated and
which I imagine
Christmas.
whatever was in there is gone.
All of that was a total loss.
Yeah.
They had to completely take everything out because it was either smoke damage, water damage,
Yeah,
fire
about to
damage.
say, the clothing, anything that was in there probably picks up that smoke smell, and that's all ruined too. Yeah, you're right. Matter of fact, you're lucky the whole thing doesn't smell like smoke.
It took about 4 days of airing the building out and running air conditioners in cooler months.
Oh, good. You got off lucky. I've
out.
seen it where they've had to remodel and redo things just to get that smell out, depending on how bad
the
smoke
drop bin
damage.
still smells like smoke some, but not as bad as it did the inside of the thrift store.
And ultimately, we'll end up just replacing that bin anyway, is the goal. So
Eventually, yes, we would like to have a different bin. We just have a lot of unintelligent people in this world, so it limits us from what we can put out there because we can be sued if somebody gets stuck inside the drop box. So we have to make it accessible for them to climb in and out because if they get stuck in there, we're liable for them.
What if you make it so they can't climb in it to begin with?
We've tried that, and they put their kids in there, and then their kids got stuck, and then the fire department got called.
This is what's called thinning the herd. Rather than they get to sue for this crap, we just leave them there and let life sort itself out. That's the way I think.
Divine intervention. But
let's talk adoptions. Let's talk happy stuff here.
There are a lot of stuff that did not get damaged at the thrift store.
Okay.
So they do have a lot of antique books still.
Okay.
Vintage books. And then just regular books, your fictional, non-fictional, romance.
Does all the Christmas decor get put away at this point, or can you buy some cheap stuff to store at this point?
They sold everything Christmas.
Good. So it's all gone.
It's all
even
gone.
Better.
They have Valentine's Day stuff out now for people who like to decorate for Valentine's Day, and then
That's the next holiday here.
It is the cute little
Pez dispenser.
No, the little push buttons that say "Be mine."
Oh
and all
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They've got a bunch of those. They're already starting to pull that stuff out. If you are looking for purses, people who received new purses for Christmas donated their old purses.
So there's a bunch of purses.
There's a lot of purses.
Nice.
If you need throw pillows, couch pillows, they are completely stocked. They have about 2 on the clothing racks. They have them on the top. They've got 2 big clothing racks full of pillows.
Oh, wow.
Couch pillows.
And you
pillows.
spend a ton of money on those things that end up just getting moved around everything. Go buy them at the thrift store, pay 1/10 of the price of what they cost.
And I will tell you that they do sort them. If they're dirty or stained or torn,
sure,
they don't put them out for sale.
These are perfectly good, clean, and probably in some cases maybe brand new, but you know how people get, this doesn't go with the decor like I thought it was, and they end up getting something else. And
I am that person. However, I am that person that also shops at the thrift store too. Anybody who likes to do gift baskets, like to be creative and make baskets for like holidays and stuff, they have a ton of wicker baskets.
Nice.
Ranging from little ones to great big ones that you make like the fruit baskets and all of that stuff in.
You do like a wine gift basket, or cheese and meat sampler deal or something. Yeah.
They've got a lot of wicker baskets, and I think the wicker baskets are like $2 a piece for the big ones, and like 50 cents for the little ones.
Matter of fact, Easter's a few months away. You can stock up now and get you some Easter basket style things to use as Easter baskets, things like that. So.
Or if you like to just make like the fake flower arrangements inside the baskets.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the fake flowers there to help in making this. So if you're one of those creative people that likes arts and crafts and looking for an inexpensive hobby, we got you stocked.
Or one more, because now we'll be getting in the new year here, and we'll start seeing a lot of organizations do fundraisers and things. A lot of times they'll do silent auctions and things, and people donate items. Well, if you want to make your own little gift baskets for silent auctions and things, you can stock up on those baskets at the thrift store, and then when you're ready to put one of those together, you've got a bunch of baskets ready to go.
You can.
And you've spent $10 and got a whole slurry of them. So
I'm laughing because Friday's going to be 72-ish. Well, they've had a plethora of fans donated. The oscillating fans.
Oh yeah.
So they've got 7 of these things, ranging from the little ones that sit on the counter to the big ones that have their own little stand. So if you're one of the hot-natured people that don't like anything above 40 degrees, we got fans. They've got brand new shoes that they put out. They went through over the Christmas holiday, after the Christmas holiday, and everything that was old, they pulled out, and they restocked with everything new. Shoes, clothes, everything.
Nice. So come check out the new.
It is completely new today.
Well, today's also Wednesday, which is new stuff day. So
yeah, it is.
And I imagine with everything that went on and stuff, it's been a busy week for the thrift store. So they probably got some stuff that they're ready to display and ready to
and they've
turn
got
into
a lot
money
of
for the
just
for the animal.
miscellaneous knick-knack household things. Just a lot of different things. Everybody was generous after Christmas this year in donating.
Yeah, I'm glad because I imagine a lot of people got new stuff and they have old stuff that's perfectly good. They just don't have space for said old stuff.
I haven't gone through my old stuff yet to take to the thrift store, but it will go there because I got a really nice knife set for Christmas that is like the forged and fired knife set.
Yeah, okay.
So every time I cut with it, I go, "It will kill." My husband laughs because he's the one that bought them for me.
Nice.
So I was cutting up sausage and I was like, it will kill. And he just looks at me and I was like, what? I like my knife. But they are super sharp.
Well,
so.
And that's the thing is if you maintain them and keep them sharp, and they'll last forever.
Yeah, and they came with their own sharpener, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good knife set. That's, you can go to the big box store, and I've done it, and I've probably, you spend $30 or whatever, or $40 on one of those knife sets, and they're fine for starting out and doing all that. But if you want something that's kind of generational, you want to invest in one of those.
So I've learned something.
Mm-hmm.
Being, the person, who bought the big box set, I spent like $150 on a knife set that was supposed to be anti-rust.
Like a high-end one?
A high-end one. Like no rust, no dulling, it come with a sharpener. They didn't even last a year, and they were starting to rust, even washing, drying, and putting them up.
Wow.
So stainless steel is a good brand, but if you're looking for, quality, look for Damascus style.
Okay.
Because that
holds up better.
Thicker blade, and it holds up better.
Gotcha. Those are probably built by people that do things with knives outside the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Those are the blacksmiths that, beat the crap out of that knife to make it look all...
Sure, forge them.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm wondering if, and maybe I'm wrong, I wonder, like, when you make those knives that you see at the big box stores, and, like, I'm sure there's no guy forging those.
No, those
there's
are factory made.
Some kind of factory assembly line that, melts it down into this and shapes it and glues the handle together and all that other mess.
Those are factory made.
Yeah. So, but anyway...
but we're still hiring at the kennels.
Looking for basically someone to come and take care of the animals, clean the cages, and being an attendant for the animals, taking care of their needs, take them on walks when you can, and being a kind of a mommy or a daddy for the pets. And
it's basically you're coming to be daycare.
Yeah.
Take care of them if they need medicine, give them medicine, clean up after them, feed them, love them, brush them, walk them.
So if you love doing that,
it's
get paid for it.
Yeah, and
a lot of people love
starting as of the first of this year, minimum wage has gone up to now $12.50, I believe.
Okay.
So
and this is a 40-hour week job.
It is a 40-hour week job.
So it's a full-time job.
We do offer you get sick time. After you've been employed for a year, you start earning vacation time.
Oh, nice.
Nonprofits aren't able to offer a lot, but we do have some little quirks that we're able to offer for employees.
Sure.
To help, don't leave us and go to this $25 an hour paying job.
Sure.
Because, we're a small business. And
well, let's face it, too. Yes, you have a lot of work. You're cleaning up vomit and puke and things at times.
And there's sometimes other things that come out of there that you're like, what is that?
But at the end of the day, it's a pretty fun job. I mean, it's like if you're in a bad mood, sitting there and hanging out with the dogs for an hour, I imagine turns that around, especially when you've been there a while and the dogs know you and they know you, and you know their idiosyncrasies and things and their personalities and what, and it turns into, I mean, it's just like you having your own pet, it's like my cat. When I get home, I know that cat, I know her tendencies, and she knows mine, and she's a creature and the more I spend around her, the more like these days where I'm off and I was like home all day, I realize how much that cat does, there's like the cat has its own normal routine when I'm not there, but when I'm there, like even when the cat's not in my lap or whatever, the cat's laying near me. Like I, next thing you know, I feel a head on my foot as a pillow, that it's just that, and that's kind of what you establish with these animals.
And when when you have an animal that comes in that is like terrified of people,
mm-hmm.
and you get to be a part of that animal's recovery to be happy and know that people aren't going to hurt them, and just bloom into a wonderful pet.
Mm-hmm.
That gives you a feeling that you can't get at retail. Yes, helping an older person, with their groceries and whatnot. Yeah, that's a good
I
feeling
would imagine
too.
At days when you go home at night, there's days when a dog or a cat that was sick is now feeling better and stuff. It's a real sense of like I had a good day.
It is.
Like, I got something done.
When you have animals that you have to work hard to build their trust, animals don't trust easy. They are very judgmental, and when you can earn that trust, that's something that not everybody can say. This is what I do for a living. I help these shy animals become not shy, and socialize and find them a home of somebody that's going to love them.
I think young people that maybe have goals or aspirations to become a veterinary,
they need to be in a shelter first.
Yeah, spend some time learning how to interact with them, because your bedside manner as a vet is going to be the difference between success and failure in diagnosing a lot of pets. You know what I mean? Because those quirks and things, yeah, sure, you run tests and all that, but the demeanor that you have with pets, because just face it, like the kennel, the vet is generally a place where you see pets at their worst. They're either sick or not happy with being in an environment they're not familiar with. I mean, and so a lot of the same bedside manner treatments that you do in the shelter will also apply in the doctor's office.
And it helps you see animals in a different light, you know, because you've got people that are bringing their personal animals in that they know the people here with us, they don't know us. So they're not familiar in the area at all.
Sure. They may not be pleased by your smell, and it gives them an attitude for it. And you're like, I didn't do a dang thing.
Perfume.
Yeah, you know, that's just it. They get a vibe off you, and regardless of your intentions, you're going to have to work harder to win that one over approval. And to learn that young, and I imagine I've never been to veterinary school, but I would imagine that's kind of stuff they can't teach in school. They'll teach you what connects to what and how to fix this, but how to be a person that a dog loves, that's not really a taught. That comes with experience.
And it does. And what's even funnier is, you know, cats and dogs, you know, dogs are less likely to be as judgmental as cats. But cats, they're judging you from the second they can see you. Before you see them, they're already judging you.
Yeah.
And cats typically are not anything like themselves in a shelter. They're complete opposite when they get into a home environment and they feel comfortable. And when you see them in a shelter, you know, they're at their worst. They are basically at the bottom, rock bottom, and are just trying to climb up and move forward.
Basically, if you've got a cat laying on her back spread out on the floor in your home, you've got a good environment for that cat.
Yeah.
That's the biggest indicator, because that cat feels comfortable and safe. They're not showing their belly to people that they think are adversarial.
No.
And so that's just one of those little indicators, like the cat's happy and the cat feels comfortable and safe, because it's just sitting here spread out, airing out for the whole world to see.
Look at my business.
Yeah. But that's an indicator.
And we do have, our cats are back available for adoption at the kennels. We do not have any more respiratory issues.
All that's cleared up.
So we're cleared up.
Good.
We are currently working on our website, so there might be little glitches here and there. We got a new logo.
That's right. Yeah, the new UFO themed logo.
So we're trying to get the colors to match the logo on the website, so that way it's all symmetrical and it looks nice and neat. However, it's not as quick and easy as people think it is just to go click and change colors, because you have to do it on every individual person, dog, cat, everything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I can't just do
so it's
Control A.
time-consuming. Yeah,
no, that doesn't
Are you
work.
doing all this?
Me and Felicia.
Okay. Do you guys have like programming experience?
I'm the one that made our website.
Okay, so you guys, cool.
I did go to college, people.
I didn't know for computer stuff. I didn't.
Nope.
Interesting.
It was a trial and error and a whole bunch of Googling and, hey, do you know how to do this? And can you help me with this? But
well, if any IT guys are listening and want to share some knowledge with her that she's may not picked up to maybe make some of these things she's talking about easier, because I feel like there might be a quick way to fix that that a computer person may know.
It's not so much that there's not a quick way to fix it. Yeah. It's the web user that we go through. Is GoDaddy. Okay. And so you have your packages.
So it's their rules and what
and so we have the lower package, so we're not paying like
$1,000 a year. So if you want more, you want to pay more, they'll give you the Cadillac amenities on it. I got you.
So this is the Po Boys website.
Can you get some dirt on Danica Patrick and use that as maybe to barter for some more amenities?
I can tell you things you don't know.
That's right. Upgrade our account, or these photos are getting leaked.
Right. But we do have the cats back available.
Good.
There is one that's still not available just yet, but it's not that she's sick. She's just had some inflammation, so they wanted to make sure that the inflammation went down beforehand.
A couple more, just making sure there's nothing flares back up.
Right.
Or anything regresses.
So we still have Sunflower. September made 1 year.
All right.
So she's going on almost 18 months in the kennel.
Yeah, that's way too long. That's about 12 months too long. That's actually about 16 months too long.
Yeah,
but,
there's nothing wrong with her. She is reactive if another dog starts. You know, she doesn't go up intentionally starting anything, but when you correct her, she stops. So she needs a family, you know, that will work with her. We had Jimmy Preston from J-Paws come and work with her some too, just to see. And he walked her with his dogs, and she was perfectly fine. You know,
so it's some animals that she gets along with. Okay,
it's as long as she has high energy, and she needs another dog that can accept that energy.
Okay.
Because if they can't and they start growling, that's when she reacts.
So you need I'm thinking a younger
And she's
lab.
young. She's
But like if you have a dog that's like a lab or a collie, one of those family dogs that are very tolerant of children, that are pretty high energy, that sounds like if you pair her with a dog like that, she might thrive.
And
then they might be best buddies.
She's not very big. She's probably 50 pounds on the high end.
Okay.
But she's all muscle. She's short.
Okay.
I think she's like lab boxer or maybe pit boxer.
And
there's
any
a lot of that.
dog that you work with, when you start training and interacting, a lot of that energy goes away. And what I mean by not goes away, but it gets satiated. So it doesn't use that energy to tear up things or do acting out in angst because it's bored or
she loves to go on walks. Like, she loves them. We have a couple of volunteers that come throughout the week, and she's one of the ones that gets walked because she's higher energy and she's been there so long. But the second she sees the harness, she's like, yep, I'm ready. And she sits, and she knows sit, she knows down, she knows
How old
stay.
is she, roughly?
She's going on 2 years old.
So she's still
She was a
young
pup
dog.
when she came to us.
Okay.
So she's grown up in our kennel.
So she doesn't know anything different for the most part. It's
No.
Really, okay. Well, come take a look at this dog. Find a home, and if maybe and maybe this might be one to adopt with another dog. This might be if you have room for two. You know, maybe we can pair her up with one of her buddies there, and
we will do any meet and greet, you know, to make sure that they do good prior to. But she's not a bad dog. She's not your typical, you know, big block-headed, poofy body. She's sweet. She loves people. She loves affection. She sees a kid and she melts. She loves kids.
Well, maybe a family with a couple kids and are willing those kids to run around and take her out to the park and do
just
stuff.
a single dog home.
Yeah.
You know, that's always a very hard home to find because a lot of people want multiple dogs.
Well, if you catch the young couple first starting out and they're getting their first dog or something, that would be, you know, with her. But come check her. Well, you can go online. I just saw time. We probably need to hurry up here.
Yeah.
But
there's a dozen of pictures of Sunflower on there because every time she goes out to the park for walks, they take pictures. We upload them on our Facebook page.
Wasn't she one of the photo sessions that y'all did like about a year ago with, remember that? Like the Christmas? She was one of those.
Yeah, and then she was actually, recently they did do another one of her. We did Polly. We did Polly in the Santa Claus hat. That was hard. So anybody who says, oh, taking these, you know, designer pictures. No, it's not easy because the dogs don't want to sit still. They don't want to cooperate. When you're trying to snap the picture and then you squeak the toy for them to look at you, they don't stay sitting and look at you. They get up and walk to you.
They're like, ooh, I'll take that.
So it's a moving target that you're trying to take pictures of. So
trying to catch lightning in a bottle, basically.
it is. And it's funny because, you know, there's sometimes you just get that one perfect photo and you're like, wow, how did I do that? I'm going to try that again. And it doesn't work on the next shot. It doesn't work on this shot. But these are the photos. So when Polly came to us, Polly looked like that.
Okay.
And then she got a lot chunkier. And then that's me actually having to hold her because every time you squeak the toy, she would take off to the toy. So
she looks like a barrel of fun.
These few photos took us 45 minutes.
That's funny. That's a great one, the one at the end. That's my favorite one.
So, and we have...
That dog looks adorable, by the way. I
She
can't
is.
imagine, I feel like that dog would be like some single dude's companion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get the guy who likes to go camping and do all that and has his dog with him at his side everywhere he goes.
There's Sunflower.
That dog could be easily one of those for somebody, you know?
You know, she's sweet.
Yes. Yep, that dog looks like it would. And to be honest, that's the type of dog that once you've earned its trust will probably die for you. You know what I'm saying?
She's wonderful.
Yep, that
she's
dog.
She's sweet. She's beautiful. She's happy. I can't say enough good things about Sunflower because there's not enough words to say. I don't understand why she's been with us for so long.
Yeah, it's just one of these things. It's like, how does this one slip through the cracks? So if someone's looking for a good family dog that, quite frankly, yeah, it's a dog with some energy, and you're going to have to, address that.
She does like to play ball.
A loyal, loving dog. Come see Sunflower. She's institutionalized. She's been there 18 months, and so you're probably going to have to you broaden her world, and she might be a little apprehensive when she gets in your environment. But once you get her comfortable and work with her and love on her and train her and all that,
she adapts.
You're going to have the best friend in the world.
And for her to not be going crazy after 18 months.
Yeah, I could just tell she's one of those, just by looking and seeing her face and everything, she's one of those dogs that once you bond with her, she's going to go to the nth degree. It's going to be the, Lassie, Rin Tin Tin, that dog that just is part of the family. And it's a shame that it's been 2 years since that dog's, or almost 2 years, since that dog's, called that shelter home. So let's find a home for Sunflower. Hopefully next time we see you, somebody adopts this dog.
Yes, please.
Yeah. We got about 2 minutes if you can squeeze whatever else we got to get in there.
Well, we still have Xena. We have Jax. We have Polly, the one I showed you in the Santa Claus hat. We have Jose. Those are the majority of our long timers that have been there over 6 months.
So all of these need a home.
They do.
Every single one does, even the ones that have been here a week. But the longer
our long-termers. And
the longer they're there, the worse off it is for the pet.
It is.
I don't care.
And
they treat them very well. But it's not an environment for family dogs and cats. It's just not. It's a place to store them till we find them. Those places.
we can do our best, but at the end of the day, being inside a home with a loving family is what's best for them.
Absolutely.
They're not running the streets. They're not out in the elements. They're getting meals regularly. If they're sick, they're getting taken care of, but it's not a home.
Providing so much enrichment for you and your family. Some of the coolest memories, even with my wife and I, in our memories, a lot of them involve some dumb things with the cats, it's just that
they do.
Yeah, it's just how it is. And it's funny. Matter of fact, I gotta get to. I just haven't had the gumption to do it yet. I gotta clean up my Hannah a little bit. She was being ornery with the Laxatone, so I did the nose, but I missed and got her like up here. That stuff is stuck up in there, and she got most of it, but there's this little thing in there, and I can't get her still enough to get it off of her because as soon as I start messing with it, she gets mad. But
just have her sister lick it off.
I know, but she won't be that patient either. But yeah, it was kind of. At one point, it was a strand that hung out. She looked like a unicorn around. I tried to get it. She wouldn't let me.
She's like, nope, you screwed up.
Yeah, but maybe today. Very good. RoswellHumane.org is the website. Go there 24/7. Like you said, it is a little bit under construction, so if it gets a little cattywampus, be patient. But all the pets that are available for adoption and call the shelter home right now are there. If you see not available next to them, it's because of quarantine, because they're trying to make weight or waiting on some shots or something like that. Thrift store, which is now open here in about 3 minutes, will be open. And today's the new stuff day, so every Wednesday at 10 a.m. If you want to get in first dibs on the newly added stuff to the thrift store, today's that day to do that. Every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Be warned, you're not the only one. There's going to be people
No,
waiting.
there's already a line outside. I can pull up the camera and show you.
Yeah.
They're way outside.
And then, real quick, give out the shelter hours and the
shelter hours are 10 to 12 and then 1 to 4:30, and that's Tuesday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thrift store is 10 to 4:30 Wednesday through Saturday.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate
Thank
the
you
visit.
very much.
And hopefully we'll find a home for our long residing friends there. So,
yes.
Good deal. All right, quick news and break before we go.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. We have a road closure to tell you about in Carlsbad today. Energy Avenue is scheduled to be closed today and tomorrow for construction. It's scheduled to reopen Thursday. In addition, US 62 180 at milepost 32 is scheduled to have lane shifts and lane drops, so that will result in delays for about 3 days. During the closure on Energy Avenue, residents and businesses in the area will have uninterrupted access to their buildings. Construction signs will be placed to detour traffic. The public's cooperation and observance of all the signage will be greatly appreciated. The Bureau of Land Management is seeking public input on the latest round of oil and gas leases. 19 parcels of land up for grabs this time around, mostly in Eddy, Lee, and Chavez counties. The total about 3,200 acres. You can see the exact locations online at the BLM website, and public comments are accepted only online at the BLM website through February 6th. Additionally, the BLM says comments that contain only opinions will not be addressed. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
With the hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
Histories of deadly mudslides.
On Monday, a 5-year-old boy was swept away by floodwaters when his mother's truck became stranded in floodwaters near Paso Robles. Officials have called off that search because water levels are too high. In San Bruno, resident Monty Bolt tells TV station KGO that a huge tree from her yard crashed onto a neighbor's home and car. She says they're okay.
We didn't hear anything, but when we came out the next morning and our neighbors next door text us to say, we've gone to our friends.
Some streets have turned into gushing rivers and mud and rock slides are blocking some roads. I'm Donna Warder.
Some documents marked classified have surfaced in a private office at the Penn Biden Center think tank. That's where Mr. Biden maintained an office after he left the vice presidency in 2017 until shortly before he launched his presidential campaign in 2019. The Justice Department is investigating. The new Republican-led House lays the foundation for its work going forward.
The House approved the Republican rules package by a vote of 220 to 213. Outgoing Rules Committee Chairman Jim McGovern used the debate to attack the new GOP coalition.
These rules are not a serious attempt at governing. They're essentially a ransom note to America from the extreme right.
Incoming Rules Committee Chairman Tom Cole says that Congress will be a counterbalance to the Biden administration and Democrats.
With today's rule package, we will also establish a new select subcommittee modeled on the Church Committee to investigate the radical left's weaponization of the federal government in recent years.
Bernie Bennett at the Capitol.
The Dow is up 42 points and NASDAQ ahead 26 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
A ship carrying 60,000 tons of wheat from Russia has arrived in the Pakistani port of Karachi amid a worsening shortage in several parts of the country.
Wheat is a staple food crop of Pakistan, and it's one of the largest producers of the grain in the world. But the country is suffering from severe shortages. Pakistan's own wheat crops were devastated by floods last year, and dwindling foreign currency reserves make it difficult to import. The authorities in Balochistan province said stocks were running out and urged the federal government to dispatch more wheat on an urgent basis. Due to the shortages, the price of flour has gone up by up to 80% in some parts of the country in the past year.
That's BBC's Embarrassing Etirajan. British officials and space scientists say they are disappointed but not deterred after the first attempt to launch satellites into orbit from the UK failed. News and analysis, townhall.com. A section of the nation's largest fuel pipeline is back in business.
This comes days after it was shut down by a diesel fuel leak in Virginia. Colonial Pipeline says the affected line returned to normal operations Sunday after repairs at the Witt booster station near Danville. The Georgia-based company says the spill was detected last Tuesday during a routine station check. The 2,500-gallon spill contained on site between soil and an adjacent stormwater retention pond. 20 trucks of contaminated soil expected to be removed from the site, and groundwater wells are being sampled for contamination. John Scott reported.
Former White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders to be sworn in today as Arkansas's 47th governor, assuming a seat her father once held and becoming the first woman in that job. Sanders will take the oath of office in the State House of Representatives before delivering a speech to a joint session of the state legislature. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to it.
Yeah, buddy.
Hope your Tuesday's going just fine and dandy.
Second day of the rest of your life, if you will.
A little chilly out there. A little bit. But it's going to be warm today, like 75 or something.
Yeah.
And tomorrow blows in. The storm blows in. Well, I say storm, just a bunch of wind.
Yeah.
So,
it's
a New Mexico storm.
It's a lot worse in different places. Look at this. Rock slides now.
Yeah.
Death toll rises to 14 in California amid string of storms. Actually, I heard a thing that California is right now experiencing more rainfall than they've had in the last, I think, 70 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
Send some our way.
Right?
We'll take a little.
And the thing is, they're just not prepared for it. Like they're not set up for rain.
Yeah, or fires or anything else for that matter.
Yeah, there's exactly.
Unless it's sunny and 70, they're not prepared for it.
Right. They're prepared. You know what they're prepared for? They're prepared for a good time.
Yeah.
That's what California is prepared for.
Yeah, it's like Texas don't know what a snowplow is, nor New Mexico for that matter.
Yeah.
But they don't know any of that stuff.
I one time, and I think I just said this because I'd heard this said like when I was in Albuquerque or somewhere else on like the radio, that the salters and spreaders were out doing their thing. And so I said that one time on the radio, and I got a phone call from a guy who was just laughing, and in between like breaths, he was like, "We don't have salters and spreaders." He worked for the highway or whatever. He's like, "We don't have any of that." He's like, "We've got a guy named Bob that goes out with a bag of salt and does this."
They bought at the Ace Hardware. Well, I remember I went into Ace. It was Ace, yeah, a couple weeks ago. And I walked in, I was like, snow shovels are sitting there. I was like, yeah, should you get? We have one.
Right.
I am one of the few people on the planet in this town that has a snow shovel.
Nice. I woke up the other morning, and this was when it was still cold.
Mm-hmm.
My porch was frozen, like it was slick.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is big brain think or not, but I ran to my kitchen and grabbed my kitchen salt.
Nice.
And put kitchen salt on my front porch. I mean, I assume it does the same thing.
Well, there's no slugs there.
It's
You'll be all right.
Well, what's really funny is I came back later and I just had a salty porch.
Right. A couple dead slugs shriveled up.
Yeah. Snail problem eviscerated. Turns out 2 birds. Killed 2 birds. And a couple of snails.
He's got salty snow cones. That's what
I just swept it off and moved on. It's fine.
Well, I like my snow shovel. I've literally had it for 20 years because I bought it like when my wife and I first got married and we had our first apartment, and I was like, I need to own a snow shovel because that's what guys do, and you own one and you have it. And I bought one that one year, and I've used it like 3 times my entire life since then. So, but I own one. And it's been hanging in the garage for 20 plus years, the same
You know how
shovel.
many times in my
it's
life...
moved with me 3 times.
There's been several times in my life where I've actually made a purchase strictly because, and I'm quoting, I feel like a man should own one of these.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've done that too.
There's
one reason I have some tools in my house. Just because at some point I said I should do manly stuff.
Yeah, I feel like a man should own these. It was like a screwdriver set, I think, and jumper cables were the 2 that just immediately come to mind.
Now, I got enough hodgepodge
these
tools to do any quick fix-it thing, but if you have a job for me, I'm in trouble. If I need to re-screw something back in or hammer something or tighten a bolt or something, I can handle that. But
I'll tell you,
you want me to build you a shed or something? I'm not gonna happen.
The most valuable purchase I have ever made in my entire life. I bought an air compressor.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never bought one of those.
Yeah. I hadn't either. Turns out they're incredibly handy if you got a tire with a slow leak, which is what I've been dealing with for a couple years now. Probably should deal with it. But
all that time you could have just bought a new tire.
Yeah, I know. But I'm a put off till later guy. I'm a procrastinator. What can I say?
But I'm saving up for a nicer compressor.
That's right. But it's handy to have around. It's got an auto shut off thing. It's and if you ever have a basketball that's slightly deflated, I got your back.
There you go.
That's right.
You're ready.
It's even got the little thing in the back. It's like the needle in case you want to.
And actually, many people don't realize after work, Sean drives around to various soccer and football fields and just asks people, "Hey, how's your your PSI?"
Well, okay, I'm not allowed to, due to Megan's law, I'm not allowed to pull up to playgrounds, roll my window down, and say, "Hey, how are your balls?" But I can ask about the PSIs thereof.
Yeah, that's right.
To grown adults.
Except for he gets chased away because he tries to go to the baseball games and does it, and they don't need it.
Turns out they don't need it. So then I just blow pitches off ways.
So he's back to the football field and the basketball courts and
stand slightly off diamond and just blow the pitches slightly askew.
Again, he showed up at a bowling tournament. They didn't need his help either. Heard there's an 8-ball tournament. He showed up. No one needed anything. So, well, volleyball season's coming.
That's right. That's right. That's when Daddy works.
That's when he hits the street. All right, let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a few minutes. And then here around 8:15 or so, we're going to have, joining us from the Chaves County Health Council, Joanne Lopez will be with us. And I believe we're going to get someone on the phone. I just don't know who because I lost my list. But so we're going to talk with Joanne. I went rummaging through my list, and I can't find it. I got 80 papers, and none of them are the one I need. So I will have to get another copy. Yeah,
she knows, and that's all. That's all that matters.
Someone's got to be organized around here, and it's not me. So we'll talk with Joanne here in just a few. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with the local news, along with your Wall Street business update, sports update, whatever else we can get you up to date with. We'll do it this hour. Before we do any of that, though, speaking of getting you up to date, let's take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We do have a cold front and low pressure system developing over the Panhandle region, and that'll be moving through our area tomorrow, so we can expect some gusty wind, but rain doesn't look too likely with this system. A few clouds, but generally fair today. We'll be in the low to mid 70s. Overnight, partly cloudy. It looks like mid 30s to low 40s, and then we get the gusty wind on Wednesday, sunny and upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 40 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 55%. Winds currently out of the east at 7 miles per hour. For today, mostly sunny. 75 our expected high, so nice and warm. It is the 10th of January, so, you can't complain. Winds will be out of the south. 5 to 10 this morning. 10 to 15 for this afternoon. For this afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 40. Winds will be out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, now we're getting into a wind fest here. We actually do have a fire weather watch tomorrow. That's going to take effect beginning at 9 a.m. and remaining in effect through 7 p.m. Of course, we have some time. That might get upgraded to a red flag warning by that time we actually hit tomorrow. We'll see. But we're looking at patchy blowing dust after 11 tomorrow, mostly sunny, 67. That's the best news. Rest is winds will be out of the southwest, 10 to 20 in the morning, increasing out of the west, 20 to 30 for the afternoon. However, you could see wind gusts as high as 45 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, breezy and mostly clear with an overnight low of 32. Winds will be out of the northwest, 20 to 25 miles per hour. Winds will drop down 10 to 15 after midnight tomorrow night. Looking at the rest of the week, Thursday, sunny skies, a little cooler because of all the winds, mid-50s, 55 for a high Thursday. North winds 5 to 10. Friday, sunny back into the low 60s, 63 for a high, and back to pleasantry for the weekend. Mostly sunny, 68 Saturday, partly cloudy, 67 on Sunday. All right, it is 8:15. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Then Joanne Lopez with the Chaves County Health Council will be joining us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Here in Roswell, we work hard for our money. That's why it's important to spend our money wisely. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. When I walk through our store, I'm really impressed with the furniture we sell. It's so beautiful and so comfortable you could just feel the quality. This is furniture you'll be proud of for years to come. Furniture that your family will enjoy every day. Furniture that will last and last. Get the most from your hard-earned money. Come see us at Glenn's Furniture, where delivery is free since 1953.
When you get health insurance through BeWellNM, more is definitely less. That's because when you get health insurance through BeWellNM, you get more affordable health coverage from more name brand insurers with more plan choices for less money than ever before. And with BeWellNM, you'll get more assistance shopping and enrolling for health insurance, which means less confusion and less time. And you'll finally worry less about your family's health and well-being and enjoy life more. Assistance from Be Well NM is free, so visit BeWellNM.com today and get more for less.
With the hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Here to help you breathe easy. That's what you can expect from Artesia General Hospital's cardiopulmonary and respiratory therapy team, both literally and figuratively. From innovative treatments for lung cancer and COVID-19 to management for everyday breathing problems like asthma and bronchitis, our care for acute and chronic conditions is unmatched in southeast New Mexico, and the compassion of our caregivers offers peace of mind with each visit. Get the help you need for chronic respiratory conditions. Call 575-748-3333 or visit artesiageneral.com/respiratory.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chaffetz County Health Council, of course, Joanne Lopez back with us. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Doing great. And then joining us on the phone this morning from Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico, we have Bonnie Vallo. I hope I'm saying that right, Bonnie. She's the community outreach specialist, and Consuelo Cowder, who is the community relations and community outreach specialist. Good morning, ladies. How are y'all doing today?
Good morning. Good morning. Great. Thank you for having us.
Anytime. Did I butcher your names, or did I get them okay?
You did well. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I don't do that very often, so I'll take all the kudos I can get there. Well, first off, let's talk about, because we're right at a time of the year where people, healthcare options, all that. I guess, Bonnie, let's start with you and talk a little bit about what you're, with the community outreach and the community relations with both, that you guys, that's your side of things with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Kind of talk about some of the stuff that you guys are dealing with right now, because I know this is kind of that busy time. People start new plans. People, perhaps, I don't know if the deadlines have hit or not, looking for new plans, all that. Kind of talk a little bit about what you ladies do, during this time of year for that kind of stuff.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, my name is Bonnie Vallo, and you correctly pronounced it. I'm very happy. Thank you. So I'm one of the community outreach specialists / tribal liaison here at Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico. Okay. And we have a team of 4 of us who take care of education and outreach throughout the state of New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And, we're always busy, always on the road and doing really fun things, but also getting that information out about our program.
Sure.
But before I go on, I really want to thank you all for allowing us time to share some information about our Medicaid plan. So for those of you that don't know, Blue Cross Community Centennial is the name of our Medicaid program, and individuals who are on Medicaid can choose Blue Cross Blue Shield New Mexico as their Medicaid provider.
Okay. So when they ask, because I imagine, especially for people applying for Medicaid for the first time, it's kind of confusing and things, and they probably think they have a certain option, don't realize there's more options available than just one.
Yes, there are 3 options available.
Okay, good deal.
And what makes us different from one another, so we're called Managed Care Organizations, MCOs for short.
Okay.
And what makes us different, because we all have the same standard Medicaid contract, what makes us different are our value-added services. And those are the extra services, benefits that we offer on top of the standard Medicaid plan. So each MCO offers a different plan.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like in order to qualify to be a person that can do insurance for Medicaid, they have a certain set of requirements, and you have to meet those. But at Blue Cross, you kind of said, okay, we're going to do that, but we think our members should also have this, and this, and so you guys said, well, we'll take what you require us to do, and we'll add a few things to that list. So,
yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
And that's how folks can choose what MCO is best for them. The most important thing, of course, is making sure that the providers that maybe they currently see are contracted with that MCO. So
Gotcha.
That's the first thing. The second thing is to look at the value-added services to see if they, you said it earlier, if they are right for you.
Gotcha.
And so those are the two most important things. I mean, of course, we'd love everybody to choose Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico.
Sure.
But we also know that their health is important. Continuity of care is important.
Sure.
So they need to choose what's going to work best for them.
Well, and I would, and obviously, you with you ladies working for Blue Cross Blue Shield, that's kind of, hey, that's who we're touting for, obviously. But I'm also curious because New Mexico is a little unique sure, there's other states with our issues, but let's face it, many of your clientele don't live in Albuquerque or Santa Fe or a major city or someplace where they, and so I would imagine with that continuity stuff you're talking about, it's even more important in places that are more rural medicine, where you have one doctor covering hundreds of miles of territory. And so, when you have someone like Blue Cross Blue Shield, who I don't know numbers and everything, but I'm going to argue they're probably the largest healthcare provider in the country. If I don't know the numbers, but if they're not, they're right there. And so I would imagine when it comes to rural medicine, having someone that covers a lot of territory, does that make sense? Is a better, more beneficial than maybe choosing a plan that's not with someone that has the outreach and basically tools that someone like Blue Cross Blue Shield will have. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
It does make sense.
Yeah.
And, but I think, to be fair, all of the MCOs have outreach teams, and they do provide education across the state.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just want to make sure that, that people know what their choices are in terms of who the providers are. And what I mean by are the providers contracted, you can call, before you make a choice to choose Medicaid MCO, you can call the clinic that you maybe currently get care at and ask them, which MCO do you accept?
Okay.
And then that way people can make a wise choice about who's going to take care of their medical needs.
Absolutely. Talk about the process of picking all. What do you recommend people do? Obviously when we talk when we talk Medicaid, we're dealing with older Americans, folks, that are seasoned. We'll go there because I got a little seasoned myself. Folks of a certain age prefer to do things a certain way, and so. But as far as applying for your Medicaid and choosing the right plan and all that, would you recommend going online or talking? Some people like to talk to a live person and deal with that. What's probably the most efficient way you would recommend folks kind of learn more about the different options, plans, and kind of start the process of getting the health insurance they need?
So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit.
Okay.
Medicaid is from 0 to 65.
Okay.
And you qualify for Medicaid by your income.
I got you.
So,
okay, so I'm confusing it with Medicare.
Medicare.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yes, it's easy to do because it can be a little. They're all different. The lines of business are different. So you have commercial, Medicaid, Medicare,
Gotcha.
private insurance. So it just depends. And and it's good to ask the questions, because if you don't know, then how else do we learn by asking questions?
So you need to know, and that's, then you have to do. And let's face it, when it comes to your health care, we're just creature of the habit. Until something feels wrong, you don't think about it, especially when you're younger. So
and I think the great thing, Mike, is and Joanne, is that, with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico, as Bonnie stated, we're across the state.
Mm-hmm.
So we are serving our consumers and potential consumers throughout New Mexico.
Okay.
With Medicare, if you are interested in Medicare, you can work with a broker. The nice thing about working with a broker is that they can show all different lines of business, as Bonnie mentioned, like a Presbyterian or another MCO managed care organization, and different plans that fit you the best.
Gotcha.
So that's another line of business that Blue Cross offers, and we're in more of the counties now in 2023. So, again, as everyone mentioned, lots of questions. It's always important to ask the questions so that you are on the same page. And again, it's what really benefits you as an individual or a family or a senior, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. And it just talking, because obviously, when we talk about healthcare plans and people, usually November is when that time frame people start, if they're going to get a new plan for the next year, that's when they go. What do you recommend for people that, once they're in the system? Is this something that you should be updating every year, or is it something that, once you're in, you're good for a while? I mean, I imagine this all depends on age and health and things like that. But once you're in the club, so to speak, what's generally the maintenance on your plan and stuff? Is that something you do every year, or is it something? And I imagine it does vary based on health needs, but for the average person.
So if people are on Medicaid, it's important to keep their contact information with the state up to date, because all of that contact information is what the MCOs get directly from the state.
Gotcha.
So if your number has changed throughout the year, or your address, and you've moved, we don't have that updated information. And so folks who are on Medicaid need to call HSD, ISD, wherever they applied for their Medicaid benefits, and update their information.
Okay.
So that's very, very important. The other thing to remember is that sometimes the state Medicaid will send out a letter asking you to update something, or they'll send you a letter asking you or telling you that it's time for you to renew.
Uh-huh.
And once you get that, please make sure that you take care of all of the information that they're asking for.
Gotcha.
Because if you don't, sometimes your benefits can be, you don't have benefits anymore because you didn't take care of that. So those are the two very important things to make sure that if you're on Medicaid, to take care of. Update your information and respond to any letters that come from the state.
Yeah,
and I think that also falls, I apologize.
No,
I think that also falls along the different lines of a commercial plan, a Medicare plan. If you're moving from one house to another, update your address, because all of those, you might be receiving your membership card for the new year. We want to make sure that you're receiving all the information that you're supposed to receive during that time to make you be effective and have everything that you need if you go see a specialist or a primary care physician.
And it's a good reminder, because let's face it, every time we move, and anytime you move and you think of all the different your dress changes and all that, I imagine low on that priority list is probably updating your healthcare information and things, because they either think it's automatically done at a doctor's office somewhere, or hey, I did the address change with the post office, that covers everything. No, it doesn't.
Another great thing is that we have some really wonderful employees who take your call, who are our customer service advocates, and they're very well versed on benefits.
Sure.
And we really want to ensure that they're providing you that information that you need the first time you call.
Sure.
So we're really lucky to have local employees here in the state, here in Albuquerque, and making sure that the consumers are getting the information that they need firsthand, and probably within that first call. So
sure. Not to mention, you talk about New Mexicans answering the call. which those are people that live in New Mexico. They know how New Mexico is, and so they can relate to what issues you're having and when you're trying to navigate this, they know exactly what you're talking about as someone who may or may not be in this country trying to answer those questions. So that does make a difference for folks if you don't realize it. So very good.
One of the other things that I'd like to mention before we move on with Consuelo is that we host virtual Medicaid member advisory board meetings.
Okay.
And it's a requirement of the state, and they happen 4 times a year. And these meetings, we use them to educate our Centennial members on the benefits, and then also get feedback from them about the members on their healthcare experience. So these meetings are open to all of our Blue Cross Community Centennial members, community partners, and providers. And if anyone is interested in attending our meetings, they can contact us by phone at 505-816-4316.
4316. Okay. And if people miss that number, they can always call back here, and we'll make sure we get it to you. No problem there. Very good. And because I know, well, and let's face it, anytime you go through the gauntlet, and it's so if you're driving to whatever, just give us a holler. We'll be happy to get you that number.
There you go.
So, of course, when we talk about this stuff, and this is the thing we need to do is really that like you're saying, the updating, but the onus is on you to reach out, and once you make the connection, they're going to open the floor with all the options and what you can do. But at the end of the day, you need to reach out. You need to make that phone call. Absolutely. You need to get online and make that request. And once that happens, then you can kind of start this. So that's really, for folks that are having questions, the first thing to do is get in touch with the representative, listen to your options, hear what you have, and then make an educated decision, and then you just let the ball roll from there. So, but very good. What I'm sorry, what other information you ladies wanted to make sure we get out there to everybody that we may have missed?
So thank you, Mike. Again, this is Consuelo Cowder, and I'm a community relations specialist here at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico. I've been with the organization for 29 years, so super excited to work with our outreach team. Our outreach team and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico Caravan, we regularly visit and attend visits and events in Roswell and again across the state of New Mexico, such as working with Joanne in Chavez County, who's one of our valued community partners. So that's really great. So thank you, Joanne.
Thank you.
Again, you're welcome. We are always interested in attending health fairs to provide Medicaid and Medicare 101 presentations, working directly with the community to identify healthcare needs and ways that we can help and really close those gaps of care. And one of the ways that Blue Cross supports the state and local communities is through our Blue Impact Funding Initiative. And that's formally known as our Healthy Kids, Healthy Families.
Okay.
Normally, this grant cycle opens on February 15th and closes on March 31st and is open to all 501c3 organizations.
Okay.
So if anybody listening this morning is interested in applying, please visit Blue Cross Blue Shield or bcbsnm.com and select company information at the top of the webpage. And we really look forward to serving New Mexico 501c3 organizations, the Roswell community through this initiative, and we're really here to support and give back to our community. I really feel that is one of the priorities and top things that Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico does is really support and give back to our community. So that's what I would like to end with. And just again, thank you, Mike, for allowing Bonnie and I to have a couple of minutes of airtime to really talk about what we do and support our community. And again, thank you, Joanne, for allowing us our community partnership with you.
You bet.
Well, you guys did really well to reach out to the Health Council. They're the ones that really are kind of here in Roswell, especially the ones that are, especially when it comes to outreach and giving information, resources to people. You're covering you're covering a lot of area by through Joanne. So I understand exactly what you're saying, but we do have a little bit of reach down into Eddy and Lee counties if people are in those areas are listening too. reach out, call the number. Again, 505-816-4316. And let's have a conversation. Let's see, maybe, and like you said, maybe you're, we can, civic organizations, things like that, get involved in helping with the outreach, setting up, health fairs in other communities and things, or other times of the year. The more chances we can to share information and get people the information they need to make their own healthcare decisions.
And they're a constant at the Health Expo. They're there every year.
So. Oh yeah. So well, and thanks to Joanne and all the people that serve on the Health Council. That's kind of become a staple here in the Roswell community. People like, is that the weekend we get our blood pressure checked and get all the medical advice and all that. Yeah. So it's a great thing. I know we had the phone number. Is there what's a website if people want to just kind of, get up in the morning and sit down with a cup of coffee and do a little research? Where would you recommend you steer them to do their own online research on some of this stuff?
Yes, please do. It's going to be bcbsnm.com. It has our community giving, our caravan, our Blue Bear, anything and everything about our organization, who we are, what we stand for, what we support, different opportunities to apply for a regular grant or sponsorship, or as I mentioned earlier, the Blue Impact Fund. And so those are some dollars that help with different programs throughout the state of New Mexico, and again, for those 501c3 organizations. Lots of great information, helpful information, plan information, provider information, anything and everything you would need to see and want to look for, it's on that landing page.
Awesome. And again, if you did, don't catch that website and all that, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield New Mexico. You could do a Google search and it'll pop right up top of the list. But if you're wondering the acronym BCB, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico.
Right.
I have every month I also have the folks from Big Brothers Big Sisters come on, and so their website's a bunch of B's and S's and E's and N's, and I was like, it's all short for Big Brothers Big Sisters. So if you remember that, then you're good to go. Same here, Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico. So
yeah.
Well, thank you very much. We do appreciate you all spending a few minutes with us here, and we look forward if you guys are back or down here for one of the health fairs or something. Love to have you pop in for a visit. Love to maybe get you a chance to talk in studio for a bit.
We would love that opportunity. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, ladies.
And if y'all get any moisture, send some our way, please.
Absolutely, and vice versa.
Will do. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Bonnie and Consuelo from Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico here. Joanne, real quick before if you want to get more involved with the Health Council here locally, you guys meet monthly.
We're actually meeting tomorrow.
Next meeting's tomorrow.
We meet the second Wednesday of every month, and we do meet tomorrow at noon.
Okay.
You're welcome to come in person, 500 North Main.
Okay.
Number 102.
Okay.
Or via Zoom, they can call 211, and I can give them the information.
Okay. Yes, and don't forget that was the other thing I want to hit folks up with here is the Chaves County Health Council has a 3-digit hotline 211, and it is a number if you have any questions healthcare related for information. This is not 911.
Yeah,
if you have an emergency, you call 911. But if you're say new to town and looking for a doctor, or benefits about to expire and you're looking for direction on plans or whatever, anything like that.
Yes.
The call 211. They have a staff that will direct you, help you, answer you, and of course, if you want more information about tomorrow's or the Zoom link for tomorrow's lunchtime monthly meeting. 211 will get you there, but they're always looking for volunteers here, and you don't have to be in healthcare to volunteer.
No.
It's just a bunch of people that it's when they plan that. Obviously, their biggest event planning is the health fair every
that's
year.
That's about to come up.
That's
So
hot on
working
its heels, but throughout the year they're constantly working on meetups and opportunities like this. Sometimes maybe it's just a seminar for healthcare workers to learn about a certain rare disease or something.
Yeah.
it's things like that throughout the year. But yeah, most of us know the health council for the big health fair.
It is nice.
Yeah, it's like, oh, about school time, about time summer, about time to talk health fair. So absolutely. But and of course 211's on that, and then come on out tomorrow. What's the address again?
500 North Main.
Okay.
Suite 102.
Very good. And that's at noon tomorrow.
At noon tomorrow.
Awesome. And then of course, if you have any questions, want more information about some of the Blue Cross Blue Shield and Medicare and all, Medicaid, the Medicaid, I confuse all of it too.
Me too.
That phone number to call, 505-553-4316. So, good deal. Joe, is there anything that you guys wanted to mention that we slipped on or missed?
We just wanted to invite, if they wanted to learn what Travis County Health Council's about.
Absolutely. Come out to the meeting tomorrow.
Come out to the meeting and just get a feel of it and see what they think.
They're always looking for people.
Absolutely.
Especially if you love getting involved with the community and not really sure, where you can best serve. Absolutely. Come out to that meeting. And it's a lot of it, like if you love helping to plan events and things like that, and, that's, then they got a lot of work for you to do. So. Good deal. Well, Joanne, as always, appreciate the visit. Thank you for a new list. I will now see you on the 24th, and I know I got it right here. So we got it scheduled.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
All right, it is 8:42. Let us pause for news, commercials, and things that you may want to hear or not, but just hang out anyway. We'll be back.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We have a road closure to tell you about in Carlsbad today. Energy Avenue is scheduled to be closed today and tomorrow for construction. It's scheduled to reopen Thursday. In addition, US 62-180 at milepost 32 is scheduled to have lane shifts and lane drops, so that will result in delays for about 3 days. During the closure on Energy Avenue, residents and businesses in the area will have uninterrupted access to their buildings. Construction signs will be placed to detour traffic. The public's cooperation and observance of all the signage will be greatly appreciated. The Bureau of Land Management is seeking public input on the latest round of oil and gas leases. 19 parcels of land up for grabs this time around, mostly in Eddy, Lee, and Chavez counties. The total about 3,200 acres. You can see the exact locations online at the BLM website, and public comments are accepted only online at the BLM website through February 6th. Additionally, the BLM says comments that contain only opinions will not be addressed. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We do have a cold front and low pressure system developing over the Panhandle region, and that'll be moving through our area tomorrow, so we can expect some gusty wind, but rain doesn't look too likely with this system. A few clouds, but generally fair today. Will be in the low to mid 70s. Overnight, partly cloudy. It looks like mid 30s to low 40s, and then we get the gusty wind on Wednesday, sunny and upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Federal Reserve policymakers say fresh inflation data out later this week will help them decide whether they can slow the pace of interest rate hikes at their upcoming meeting to just a quarter-point increase instead of the larger jumps they used for most of 2022. Southwest Airlines said on Monday it made leadership changes across several departments in a bid to strengthen operations. Amid a recent technology meltdown, Southwest promoted a vice president of network planning to senior vice president of network planning and network operations control. The airline also announced a key leadership change in departments including marketing and customer experience, culture and communications, legal, corporate and transactions, and sales. Goldman Sachs Group said it will start cutting thousands of jobs across the firm as it prepares for a tough economic environment. Just over 3,000 employees will be let go, one of the sources said. Goldman Sachs declined to comment. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
If your car breaks down, no need to cry, because there's always a pal nearby at Big O. At Big O Tires. Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. Big O Tires. Don't need to sweat any extra labor. You can always trust a good neighbor at Big O. At Big O Tires. The best service is part of our code. Need a cup of sugar? We're down the road at Big O. At Big O Tires.
Hurry into your local Big O Tires now through January 29th and buy 3 tires, get 1 free on 4 select in-stock Nexen or Aspen tires with installation purchase. That's right. Buy 3, get 1 free. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required, not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
With the hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
2022 was a roller coaster year for your Roswell Coyotes and Goddard Rockets. And KSVPTV.com is your home for every second of the action throughout the 2022 season. Relive all the game-changing plays and the players that made it a season for the books. Simply click on the Roswell Coyotes or Goddard Rockets tab at KSVPTV.com and get ready to dive into a season of memories made and victories won. KSVPTV.com, your official home for all things Coyotes and Rockets and Southeastern New Mexico's Sports Authority.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:49. I guess we got some time. It was about the time we started talking about this yesterday. So, why not? So, our sales manager, if you weren't tuning in this time yesterday, our sales manager got us a gift.
A gift, question mark? So we had talked about these a few months back, but he basically managed to get his hands on what is essentially the entire line of the Archie McPhee candy canes. Now, they're known for making novelty flavors of candy
I need to get
canes.
some water. You keep talking.
Yeah, they've been.
My water's done.
I will do. They've been doing this for a number of years. Now, it started out with these, which are the bacon candy canes. This is the ones that actually made them famous. Then they just kept going with it. They said, "How weird can we get with our candy canes?" And the honest to goodness truth is very weird. Hey, could you grab me one also, Mike? Thank you. And so we're going to move on to these. So then we have these sour cream and onion candy cane that we're going to be trying out today. This, I believe, is one from this year. They came out with 2 new flavors this year. I believe this is one of the new flavors. The other one we'll get to here in just a second. Then this is one of last year's flavors, the Caesar salad. Thank you, Caesar salad candy cane. I'm genuinely probably the most curious about this one, just to see what they can do with this in general. And this is the other one that's new this year. That's the mac and cheese candy cane. So
again,
again,
it's going to be the grossest.
Sour cream and onion and mac and cheese. And I very seriously doubt that, because I feel like there's nothing that could possibly be grosser than this. Sardine candy cane. It's absolutely, this sounds abhorrent. I don't know what's because. I mean, I like sardines, but I don't think these are going to taste like sardines. I think they're going to smell and taste like just dead fish.
Well,
they're probably going to taste like what the side of a lake smells and looks like.
Well, where do you want to start?
I think we should start with the classic bacon. I feel like this is probably the one that's the safest.
Okay.
So,
and if we don't finish now, we'll finish at the start of the next hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we'll crack this bad boy open here.
Robert will have to wait a few minutes while we.
And this is again first experience with any of these for either one of us.
Yeah. We've had sodas.
We didn't cheat. I wish you keep the box nice. We didn't cheat yesterday, and
No, we have no knowledge of these.
Cane. So I'm going to try to keep this box as intact as I can.
The bacon ones look probably the closest to what would be a traditional candy cane.
Yeah, it's red with white. It is textured. If you feel that it is actually, it's like, so the layers are textured. You want it on this?
Oh, yeah.
You want some of this hot fire? Okay.
You want to try?
I'm going to try to keep the boxes.
I'm going to open it
for
to get a
display
smell.
purposes. I'm trying to keep the boxes intact, but
this one's not so bad.
All right.
I opened it.
Did you?
It has no smell.
No smell. Okay.
I smell nothing.
Okay. Yep, you're right. No smell. All right. So now you're gonna lick. I'm gonna go for the crunch.
I'm going to suck. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So here's the thing. It's got mint. Like it's minty.
As a lick, it's not bad. It's a minty with the bacon aftertaste.
Yeah, it's got the bacon.
It's kind of like mint, and then with an aftertaste of bacon bits. That's what it. Not real bacon.
No.
But like salad bacon bits.
I can smell the sardine one.
Can you?
But there's a sweetness to this that doesn't gross me out.
Right.
I'm going to give that a not bad.
Yeah, I'd say 5. I wasn't expecting it to have any mint to it.
It's better than I anticipated.
So you want to go mac and cheese next?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not going to eat that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not completely revolted by that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Now this one I'm a little leery of.
All right. This is mac and cheese. Okay. So I'll give you one.
All right. All right. I'll do a sniff test while he's getting the others out.
I'm going to give you this because this is broken. Oh, what's your opinion, by the way, on the bacon? Roybert.
Oh, yes.
Tastes like breakfast.
Tastes like breakfast. That's a fair assessment. I dig it. Okay.
All right. The mac and cheese, like the bacon, has no odor.
It kind of smells like bacon if you put your nose right up to it.
I don't smell bacon or mac and cheese or anything with this.
This thing open. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I can smell the bacon.
Oh, this? Yeah. This definitely has a cheese smell to it, which I'm not happy about.
Oh, Evan.
Yeah, crack it. If you crack it open, you can really smell
Maybe
it.
my snooter's not working so
All right,
well
here you go.
because I'm not noticing it. Maybe I got COVID.
Oh my God.
Again, licking it?
This is the kind of stuff that...
This doesn't taste like mint at all. It just tastes like rancid cheese, like cheese that's turned.
Actually, if you lick it, there is a mint hint.
Right.
It doesn't taste like mac and cheese, though. It tastes
like cheese. I'm tasting cheese. I'm tasting cheese, but it's not
It
pleasant.
smells like bad...
Yeah. Like
to be honest, I'm getting a nothing
like
burger
bad
out of
milk.
this. I'm not getting much of nothing out of this. To me. It tastes
smells like bad milk to me.
It tastes like nothing. It's like
starting to
a
think-
slight sweetness with nothing.
I'm starting to think biting was a bad idea. But
I still like the bacon better. That one, to be honest, wasn't as revolting as I thought.
oh, Dr. Keon, if you're listening,
That's rank.
I'm not going to bite anymore. Just realized my dentist listens to the show. Okay, how are we doing on time?
We got 5 minutes.
Okay. Want to go Caesar salad next?
All right. To be honest, the mac and cheese has emboldened me
This is
to
the
keep
one-
going.
this is the one
I
that
didn't
I
think
have-
it was bad as I
It
thought.
doesn't taste like mac and cheese, but...
It doesn't taste like anything to me.
Like
I
when you-
kind of have the highest hope for this
When you
one.
bite it, it doesn't taste like it.
It tastes like
But when you suck it...
tastes like garbage Halloween candy.
You suck it.
Now this green, I ain't gonna lie, it unnerves me a bit.
A bit?
A bit.
We really could just do this with one candy cane and, save the rest for display purposes.
It's a
Just pass it around.
it's a COVID world we live in. We
Well, I'm
suck
taking
our own
each
candy.
take a piece of cane. A hunk of cane. Okay.
Well, no, I like my own cane.
Okay, this one doesn't have a terrible smell by any stretch.
It looks like a stem from a plant. Which one's this again?
This is Caesar salad.
Caesar salad.
Mm-hmm. It's not. This one tastes like nothing to me.
I ain't gonna lie. This is disappointing.
Yeah.
Like, disappointing in the fact that I'm not getting
This
anything.
one tastes literally like nothing.
I'm biting, full on bite.
I'm not a fan of that. It tastes like absolutely nothing.
I do not taste any salad.
It tastes like lettuce, basically like water.
But sweet water.
Yeah, like it's like a hint of sweet water.
It tastes refreshing.
To be honest,
I'm not getting any salad with it.
To be honest, I'd like this better than a regular cake. It's like no mint, just sweet, but it doesn't taste like. All right, my favorite so far is the stupid salad one. The one I was scared of the most.
It's refreshing to me.
These are still sealed. Take a whiff of that.
This is a sour cream and onion, right?
It tastes like.
Oh my god!
It tastes like the chips. I mean, it smells like.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's get through this one, and then we'll save sardines for the top of the next hour.
Like
we got about 3
minutes.
minutes.
When you open a bag of sour cream and onion chips and huff it, that's what it smells like.
I love sour cream and onion chips.
I'm a fan. That's why I don't know if I want it.
Like French onion dip is one of my favorite dips of all time, which is got a hint of a sour cream and onion kind of feel to it. All right,
Same
this
thing as
one
the ones, crack
is
the
the
top.
sour cream and onion.
Okay. It really
smells like foot.
Mm-hmm.
This one smells like foot.
Okay. This one tastes the most like the thing it's going for.
This
one, you know what? No,
even the
it tastes like sour cream and onion,
Give it time.
but it's not right.
It's not bad.
Even
This
the
is the worst
plastic
one.
tastes.
I kind of like it.
Meanwhile, he's in tears.
No, those are tears of joy.
No, that's gross. That one's bad. Whereas the Caesar salad is good.
Because it tastes the most like the thing they're going for. I don't
Well,
hate it.
and that's just it. Oh gosh, I gotta throw it away. I can't smell it. It's gross. And I love sour cream and onion. That might ruin it for me.
That one, weirdly, I don't hate.
It tastes like old foot. Oh.
Huh.
As opposed to new foot.
Right.
Much more delicious of the two. All right, so that's a good call out.
Yep.
I to be honest, this one's probably going to be the worst. I think we just ate the worst.
Well,
sour cream and onion's rough. To be honest, Caesar salad is a pleasant. Matter of fact, I'm going to go suck on more Caesar salad.
I'm gonna get back to the salad
to get that. I still taste that sour cream.
You're
and
right. It
onion.
does have a bit of an aftertaste.
See, now this tastes like sour cream and onion. Ugh, it's ruining all of them.
Like the mac and cheese, the smell is more powerful than the actual taste.
I might have to get into a soda to get this out of my.
It's that smell that's getting into
I
your.
feel like it's on my breath.
You taste the smell of it.
Oh my god!
Well,
that
get
is
ready because
gross.
we're gonna get extra fancy next hour.
Yeah, that one is gross.
You know what? It's sour cream and onion. It had a lot of promise. I was not hating it at first, but
I hate that one.
After the fact, it was.
That one's revolting.
You know when you smell something and it gets in the back of your throat a little bit.
All right. So next hour, stay tuned. We're going to try the sardines. Candy canes are one
Extra
left.
fancy, by the way.
Yeah, they are fancy.
He's wearing a top hat.
Robert Reynolds will join us as well to give us his monthly update too.
It tastes like Christina Aguilera.
If that don't sell you for coming back, I don't know what will. But again, bacon a hit, mac and cheese meh, Caesar salad good. The worst by far is the sour cream and onion. Ooh, that was rough.
I like the bacon one.
You listen to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. It's job one for first responders in flood-ravaged California.
We need to get everyone out of the area to higher ground, to a place of safety.
Ventura County Fire Captain Brian McGrath on ABC 7 Los Angeles. There have been high water rescues, numerous evacuations as a parade of deadly storms continues to march across California from north to south, bringing devastating flooding. President Biden was quick to label former President Trump as irresponsible over his handling of sensitive government documents. Well, now, questions being raised over Mr. Biden's handling of the very same kind of paperwork.
A number of documents with classified markings were discovered as Biden's personal attorneys were clearing out the offices of the Penn Biden Center, where the president kept an office after he left the vice presidency in 2017 until shortly before he launched his 2020 presidential campaign in 2019. The documents were found on November 2nd, 2022 in a locked closet in the office.
Correspondent Keith Peters says the Justice Department is looking into it. The North American Leaders Summit wrapping up in Mexico City today.
After meeting one-on-one with Mexico's president yesterday, President Biden holds bilateral talks with the Canadian Prime Minister today. All three leaders met for dinner with their spouses last night, and the three will hold formal talks this afternoon before concluding the summit. The agenda has included immigration, security, trade, and combating illegal drug trafficking.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. The newly led Republican House passing a rules package that proponents say will restore the People's House, providing more transparency and assuring that conservative legislation will make it to the floor for a vote in the House. Watching Wall Street, stocks in positive territory at the moment. Right now, the Dow is up 71 points, the Nasdaq ahead 19, and the S&P trading 4 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You know that your dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. At Key City Capital, we know that as well and would like you to know about investments we believe can make sense in an inflationary environment. For more details, check us out at keycitycapital.com. Key City offers passive investments in cash-flowing real estate that can help offer a hedge against inflation and stock market volatility. When prices rise, more couples and families further delay home ownership. Key City Capital owns thousands of rental units with attractive prospects for income and appreciation as more and more renters apply to live in their communities. Let the team at Key City Capital grow your wealth and diversify your investment portfolio. Connect with them today at keycitycapital.com or call 817-912-1569, 817-912-1569. Again, that's keycitycapital.com or call 817-912-1569, 817-912-1569.
China has stopped issuing visas for South Koreans, retaliation for what Beijing describes as discriminatory anti-COVID measures imposed on Chinese travelers.
China's angry because it says that those policies are only applied to travelers from China, when really the Omicron variant of COVID is being passed around about 70 countries at the moment. And so it's complaining that this is just going to amplify anti-Asian hate. What's I find interesting, though, is that it's only imposed these retaliatory measures against South Korea and Japan. It has very testy relationships with both of those countries. So it's going to be interesting to see if it rolls out more retaliatory measures.
The BBC's Celia Hatton. Islam's annual Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia will return to pre-pandemic levels this year after restrictions saw the annual religious commemoration curtailed over concerns about the coronavirus. News and analysis, townhall.com. Authorities make an arrest in a shooting at a New Mexico official's home.
Police in Albuquerque, New Mexico say one suspect is in custody and a firearm has been seized in connection with at least one of the recent shootings at or near the homes or offices of several elected officials. The shootings have been happening since early December.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
And the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
But hate sweet pickles, weirdly enough. Good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace and Viernos. Not a jerkin man? I would have pegged you as a gherkin man.
I like dill pickle. I like bread and butter pickle. I like...
See, I have a love-hate relationship with bread and butter pickles.
Well, it's
I can have a
everyone likes
couple,
it. Yeah.
but I can't go nuts with them. Back in my pickle heyday,
yeah,
I lived on bread and butter pickles.
I think still to this day, and I know this is probably a Rube thing, but I don't. That's what I like. Bread and butter pickles are my favorite on sandwich.
On sandwiches?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't generally eat them by themselves, but on a sandwich, I like them. Generally, if I eat pickle by themselves,
if I'm going pickles on a sandwich, I'm kind of a brand snob when it comes to pickles. Best Made. Best Made, by far the best pickles.
I like Best Made.
Clausen's are good, but Best Made are by far. And that's also the best pickle juice to use in your pickle juice snow cones.
If you buy your pickles in the condiment aisle, then yeah, Best Made are good. But if you go to the refrigerated section,
you're a Clausen man. I'm sorry.
When it comes to eating pickles by them in their own natural state without other stuff, yeah, I prefer the Clausen.
All right,
the crunch. I like that crunch.
I like the crunch of a Clausen, but the Vlasic has a pretty good crunch all its own too.
It does too.
But that being said, Best Made is, in my opinion, the best flavor.
But for pickles that you buy off that side and put on, yeah, I'm good with that. But when it comes to me eating a pickle, I want the refrigerated Clausen crisp crunch.
All right,
that's what I want.
Boozy son of a gun.
I'm a little bougie, so call me bougie.
I just did.
I like my pickles with a little refrigeration.
Crowd, help us crack these bad boys open.
See, there is a use for that.
That feels appropriate.
So, if you're just tuning in, shame on you. Why aren't you not listening?
You missed all the good parts.
Yeah, just kidding. We last hour we were bequeathed some. Yesterday we were bequeathed them. Today we tried them. Some holiday odd flavored candy cane.
If you're finally through with the process of cleaning up and putting up all of your holiday decorations, this is basically our doing that. We're putting the Christmas season to bed with these candy canes.
Yes. So we sampled. We had 5 flavors.
Caesar salad,
which was not bad.
We started with bacon. Bacon, probably the best.
Wasn't too bad.
I want to go back on this.
To me, that was nothing.
I want to go back on this and try again because I feel like I didn't give it enough of a chance. But
that's mac and cheese.
Hold on.
Talking about.
And then I think universally we decided it was the worst. Although it took me a second. It's the aftertaste, which is still hanging around.
That thing lingers.
Is the sour cream and onion?
Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah, whoever came up with this flavor, I mean, their flavor scientists, they nailed it.
Kudos on that one. Yeah, that guy came with his lunch pail that day. Others, not so much.
That being said, it's not a flavor that belongs on a candy cane.
Now, we have one more to sample. And
finale.
What we thought would be the worst of the bunch. But after having that sour cream and onion, we might have misjudged. But
I got to imagine. So what I'm going to do on this one, because I feel like we're not going to all eat a whole cane, I'm just going to get one out and break it into 3 pieces.
Get us a piece?
Yeah. All right. So the sardine packaging has been removed. It's no longer hermetically sealed. It smells like cardboard. There's no smell to it whatsoever. Let you take a whiff. Nothing.
I smell
none.
Roybert?
Roy seems to have the most sensitive nose of the 3 of us.
It's the hair.
So far. All right.
His sniff follicles are in his hair. By the way.
Nothing. Okay.
By the way, I liked you kind of had a 80s Bon Jovi spiky thing going earlier. I think it's kind of calmed down a little bit, but earlier it was kind of...
Oh, did I?
Kind of had that, ladies.
That's just my bad head.
I don't have hair that can do that, so I'm a little envious.
This is the sardine candy cane. I got to give props to Archie McPhee, by the way, because they make quality canes. It's not just like one piece of candy. They layered 2 types of candy in this.
Yeah, the construction of the said candy cane is quite good.
All right. It's now cracked from the plastic. All right. I'll let you take your piece. Let me make his piece, and I will take... Oh, this is a mess. I'll take my piece.
All right. Well, thank you.
The board, nice and dusty. Okay.
Sardine dust.
Yeah, it does. It does have a scent to it.
Oh, yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It smells.
It doesn't smell as bad as I was expecting.
I wouldn't call it sardines, though.
No, it doesn't smell. It
smells like
smoky almost.
It smells like burnt coffee cake.
Like a smokiness.
It smells like a burnt coffee cake to me.
Okay.
Smells like salmon.
So.
Here we go, down the gullet. Yeah, I don't like this.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not good.
Oh, that is foul.
It's got that foot thing going on too.
Oh man.
I don't know which one.
And it's like when spit hits it, it makes it worse.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, that's rough.
You know what though?
It hits in layers. So I'm getting fishiness, then I'm getting candy.
Yeah.
Then I'm getting smokiness, then I'm getting candy. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
That is bad. Archie McPhee, how dare you? That was my good face mouth.
I don't know though.
Really, Michael?
It's not good.
I don't hate it.
It's gross.
People are weird.
But I still think the sour cream and onion's worse than this one. This one's gross.
The
but-
sour cream and onion had more staying power.
And that's what makes it
This
grosser
one-
to me. This one I can forget.
I feel like I want to use the sour cream and onion just to get the taste of that out of my mouth.
See, this one I feel like I can forget more than that one.
Bad, man.
It's like what it is.
Still don't
like
get
fish.
salmon.
There's only so much umami I can take.
Yeah, I've eaten sardines.
That was umami. That
You know
was
what would have been better?
I've eaten sardines too, and sardines would have been better.
You know what? You know what they should have done with that one? Infused a hint of mustard in there,
Yeah.
like to give you that. I just burped candy. Ooh, that's gross.
Right, you're going Mike forward on that one.
Sorry
Enjoy
about
that, people listening in
Let's
headphones.
drink that one in. Sorry, just got out of there. But anyway, yeah,
Or a chili flavor.
I would have been. I think I would have appreciated like
So
a hint
then-
of mustard with that.
No, because
I guess we could dip it in mustard. And
yeah,
try
but then the candy of it all, I just, I don't know. Archie McPhee, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
So, using logic and those candy canes, lesson has taught us: stick with the salad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Stick with the salad.
The bacon one, looking back in hindsight, bacon not as bad because bacon at least had a little bit of that mint to it.
Yeah, I didn't like the fake bacon bitty. I mean, it's not bad,
Bacon is a safe flavor.
but that bacon, I love the smell of real bacon. I'm not a fan of fake bacon
Bacon
smell.
pink.
And that bacon is what that smelled like, and it's not. It just
Bacos.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of that.
Fair enough.
So much, but it was definitely tastier than. Although I still give the nod to the salad. The salad one tasted best to me.
Sardine, how
Weirdly
dare you.
enough.
Salad just tasted like nothing to me.
I'd rank the sardine and the bacon as a tie, like
For first?
at the same time.
You like this? He liked the
He
sardine.
really did like the sardine.
I mean,
He hadn't thrown
tastes
it
like-
away yet. So.
It tastes like what it is.
Well, and here's something I know about Roy, and I'm wondering if this is driving him nuts right now.
Well, I think the salad is the best one.
Roy hates wasting food, like with a passion, right? Am I fair to say this? You get salty when people throw away food. That's you get straight
a little
up
bit.
irate. It's killing him. I just tossed those things in that trash right now.
A little bit.
I knew it was killing him.
Yeah.
That's why he's eating that sardine. It's not because he likes it. He just
No,
deep down
I'm
inside.
throwing away
Because we're going to power
Deep down
through.
inside, he can't throw it away. He's got to eat it.
No, I'm throwing away the sour cream and onion one. That is I can't finish that. I'm only
Deep down
throwing
inside,
it,
I feel this taste.
I'm throwing it away because I can't finish it.
There's terrible sardines inside of me. All right, there we go. So there, for your listening pleasure, and you got the better end of it, just listening, not having to taste that, was our holiday candy canes for 2022. All right, it is 9:15. Let's clean up the studio before we bring in Robert. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We do have a cold front and low pressure system developing over the Panhandle region, and that'll be moving through our area tomorrow, so we can expect some gusty wind, but rain doesn't look too likely with this system. A few clouds, but generally fair today. We'll be in the low to mid 70s. Overnight, partly cloudy. It looks like mid 30s to low 40s, and then we get the gusty wind on Wednesday, sunny and upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 50 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 43%. Winds currently out of the east at 6 miles per hour. For today, mostly sunny, 75 for a high. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight. Overnight low of 40 expected. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, we're going to be living in a dust bowl tomorrow. Patchy blowing dust after 11, mostly sunny, 67 for a high. Winds will be up out of the southwest early, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Later in the day, shifting to the west and increasing 20 to 30, gusting as high as 45 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, mostly clear skies with an overnight low of 32. Winds will remain breezy early out of the northwest, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour after midnight tomorrow night. We'll see those winds drop down 10 to 15 miles per hour. Looking at the rest of the week, on Thursday, sunny skies with the winds, cooler temps, 55 for a high on Thursday, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies, highs back into the low 60s. And then the weekend looking pretty pleasant, barring any wind issues. Mostly sunny and 68 on Saturday, partly cloudy, 67 on Sunday. So not too bad, just got to get through the wind tomorrow. Enjoy your 70s today. And I wore a long-sleeve shirt. Probably not a good idea. All right, it's 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 2.5-minute commercial break. Robert Reynolds will join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
With the hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we are proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Robert Reynolds back with us. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. Good morning, Mike.
Of course, Robert joins us. We're changing up a little bit. Each month he joins us. Usually we talk about things happening around town, which, by the way, senior circle's coming back now and all that. So I imagine next month we'll talk more about senior circle happening and all of that. So that's good news. But this month, Robert's gonna do his, when he's not keeping us up to date on what's happening, he does gospel singing and stuff. So today's one of our gospel singing days. So how are you doing? First off, how was the New Year's and Christmas and everything for you?
Okay, real good. How's yours? Good.
Good. Yeah, we went. Did you go anywhere, do anything, or do anything special for the holidays?
I sang some Christmas songs from some churches.
Okay.
And we enjoyed that. And too much food. They always want to feed you when you're done. I ain't hungry.
Well, that's the thing about
sit
church.
Down, we'll feed you.
Well, I have yet to go to any church that doesn't have copious amounts of food available. That's kind of they go hand in hand, God and food.
and Thanksgiving, Christmas, if you don't get full, something wrong.
Exactly. And then you put a holiday on top of it, and next thing you know, it's just. At that point, you're just so fat I can't breathe or do anything else right. So all right, since we're talking food real quick, what was there a favorite dish, favorite thing you had?
People to say hi to that's listening.
Okay.
My friend Tom Strama, Trini Marie, Christine, Gina, and a special welcome to Alan and Roberta. And this first song I'm singing is dedicated to her.
Okay.
And it's Victory in Jesus.
Okay. All right. Well, real quick, before we have you sing it, I do want to know, what was your favorite food you did eat? Like, did you have a favorite thing, somebody's turkey or somebody's ham or somebody's casserole or something?
Yeah, once in a while, yeah.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Well, all right. You got a friend in Jesus? Is that what you said this first song is?
Yeah, Victory in Jesus.
Victory in Jesus. I'm sorry, I misheard it there. So that'll be our first song, and I will shut up and just kind of turn it over to you. So whenever you're ready, Robert, go for it.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to 106.5 Bagel Talk Show. And I'm Robert, and my first song is Victory in Jesus. I heard an old story, how a Savior came for glory, how he gave his life on Calvary to save a wreck like me. I heard about his groaning, of his precious blood atoning. Then I repeated of my sins, and I won victory. Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He struck me and brought me with his redeeming love. He loved when I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. I heard about his healing, of his cleansing power revealing, and how he saved the lame to walk and caused the blind to see. Then I cried, dear Jesus, come and hear my burdened spirit. And some sweet day I'll see him there, and I'll have victory. There's victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He struck me and brought me with his redeeming blood. He loved me and I knew him, and all my love is due him. He plunged me to victory beneath the cleansing flood. I heard about a mansion he's built for me in glory, and I heard about the streets of gold beyond the crystal sea, about the angels singing an old redemption story, and someday I will be up there to sing the song of victory. Nice. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Very nice. Good deal. And Victory in Jesus, that was dedicated to who again?
Al and Roberta, but Roberta is one of her special songs. And on January 22nd, they're celebrating their 57th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. You going to sing at their anniversary?
I don't know. Never know.
Well, they might want to go.
They're probably asleep now.
I was saying, if you want to go to bed early, you sing them, right? That's it. You put them to sleep, so they're ready to go to bed early that night. You say, hey, let me come over. I'll get you some lullabies, and you'll be out in a jiff there. So,
on Senior Circle, I think we're open now from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Nice.
On 300 block of West College.
All right.
I think that's where Dr. Prince's office used to be.
Okay. Well, you have to go there and check it out and give us give us a report on all that.
I'm going there this morning.
Okay.
And check it out.
Good deal. Well, we look forward to that. But he's got to sing another song or two before he leaves here and goes and checking that out. So, what's the next song on our list?
Blessed Assurance. This is a faster song.
Okay.
Then everybody can wake up. Thank you.
It's got a little rock and roll in it. What's this song?
Blessed Assurance.
Well, Blessed Assurance. Very good. All right. Well, again, Robert, the floor is yours.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. Heir of salvation, purchased of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. Perfect submission, perfect delight. Visions of rapture now burst on my sight. Angels descending, bring from above echoes of mercy, whispers of love. Perfect submission, all is at rest. I am my Savior, I'm happy and blessed. Watching and waiting, looking above, filled with His goodness, lost in His love. Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Excellent. Very good. So, do you are these songs that you obviously these are ones that you didn't write. These are other people have written, but you know, you do a lot of your own stuff. Are these songs that you do pretty much every Sunday in church, or at least once a month or something? I'm sure there's a rotation of songs that come in and out from time to time there. So
I wrote 110 of my own songs.
Okay.
Gospel songs. I wrote some country and western.
Okay.
If you hear those, you turn your radio off. Not really. It's better than mine, 106.5.
We don't want them to turn the radio off. But very good. Do you ever do any of those with like a band behind you or anything?
I tried it, but it seems like they either start soon or end soon, and it messes up my voice. I tried the drum one time, and on my CD, they got a piano, but it's real low, and it don't interfere. If you play the piano loud, at Trinity,
it doesn't drown you out.
It just drowns my voice out.
Gotcha.
And it's okay, but we get along pretty good.
Well, you just have to do it with the chorus. It works better with the chorus of people.
Yeah.
Now, between your voice and the other voices, it can overpower the piano.
On my poetry club, we're meeting the 21st.
Okay.
At Grace Community Church.
Okay.
You come in the west door, and it's in room 101 at 2 p.m. In Grace Community, and they let me do that free because I'm a member there.
Well, that's nice. So there'll be the 21st of January here in a couple weeks. What time again?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. at Grace Community Church. If you're interested in poetry, it's the High Prairie Poetry Society. They meet now during the non-summer months. They meet every month. And if you love poetry, that's the only requirement. You can come and listen to other people recite poetry. You can come and share poetry, whether it's an original piece or maybe just a poem that someone else wrote that just means something to you, or you know, like I said, or you don't have to do any of that. Just come and listen and enjoy other people's poetry and stuff. But again, the 21st, 2 p.m. at Grace Community Church. Come on out.
I have one more announcement.
Okay.
Let's go to a dance at Westminster Church.
Yes.
With Bob Powers. It's going to be the 21st also.
I just got the
at
flyer
6 p.m.
for it. Yeah. Yep, they're going to have, I think Sea Blue Springs is performing. I left the flyer in the other room, but I got that too. I'll talk more about it later. But yeah, that'll be at Westminster Presbyterian Church there, over right kind of behind Champion Motorsports there, and that right over there by Enchanted Hills Park, that church there. It's a beautiful church. I actually, a friend of ours had passed away late last year. And they had the services at Westminster there, and I hadn't been in that church in a long time. I like the wood, the you know, in the church there they have the wood arched ceilings and everything. It's really beautiful. I imagine it took a lot of work to make that design. It's pretty impressive. So check it out. I like cool architecture sometimes, and looking at and churches are always one of those places that have really cool, you know, architecture in there. So Westminster, I dig their chapel with the way they have the wood bent down into like it's really cool. It's just nice. But anyway.
The cost just $5. We got food there and good music. And it's from 6 to 9. It's really nice enjoyment.
Yeah, it's a nice little church and a good time to come out and dance. So that's 21st, which is what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks from this Saturday, I think. So
11 days on the 21st.
There you go. Perfect. Excellent. So we have how many? You got one more song, or how many more have we got?
I wrote this song last week.
Okay, so this is a new song.
And also, if you like high school basketball, God is playing Roswell High at Goddard High tonight. And it's both games.
Okay.
And it's $5, and they have delicious hot dogs.
Good deal. Hey, Roy, are we going to have that on KSVP TV, that game tonight? Is that one of our games? You can give me a thumbs up or down. Is that one that we're doing tonight? Yep. Okay. So if you can't, go out to the gym, but if you can't make it to the gym, we will have video only of that game, ksvptv.com, in the Roswell and Goddard channels.
Yeah, the Goddard girls got a pretty good team.
Yeah,
and the Roswell boys are doing good too.
Yeah, well, tis the season. It's hot and heavy here, and we'll be talking about basketball playoffs in about a month and a half here, and everything else, and they get into district play and all that February-March time frame. So
the NFL starting this weekend too. The wild cards.
Yeah, playoffs start this weekend, and do you have a favorite?
My Packers got eliminated by the Lions.
Yeah. So do you root for anybody else?
Oh, the Bears 3-14 now.
Yeah,
they had a bad season.
But of all the playoff teams, is there one you're rooting for to win the Super Bowl this year?
Buffalo Bills, not because that guy had the heart attack.
Yeah,
it's because I always liked that team,
like the
and
Bills.
also like Kansas City.
Good deal. I wouldn't mind Buffalo. I like seeing teams that haven't been there in a while. Or Buffalo's been there, but they haven't won it. They went a bunch in the 80s and 90s and lost. Kelly was a great quarterback for the Bills back in the day. But he just never could win the big Super Bowl. They'd get there, and they'd get close, and then some weird would happen, like they miss an easy field goal. Norwood was one year, and one year when they played Washington, Thurman Thomas forgot his football helmet, missed like the first series, and he was like one of their major team. It's just that kind of stuff. But anyway, I could root for the Bills.
Yeah, Kelly was the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. They won 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Lost all 4 Super Bowls.
I remember. Yeah, they went 4 in a row, and it was interesting. And you a couple of those they got blown out, but 1 or 2 they fought hard. And like the Norwood year,
they lost to the Giants for 1 point.
Yeah, that was the Scott Norwood kick that he missed like a 30-yard field goal, and they end up losing.
Kelly, he's got cancer now.
I heard that. Yeah, He's been in and out with that. Like it went and then with remission and it's back again, isn't it? Yeah. And I want to say it's something.
I think he went to the Hall of Fame, I believe he did.
Yeah, but he is. He's a Hall of Famer. And I want to say his cancer is something like esophageal or I don't know. It's something like in his head or his throat or something.
Sometimes the thyroid.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But we do have one more song to do? Okay. Cool. So, and this is an original one you wrote just last week. And what's it called?
What Time?
What Time? All right, an original by Robert Reynolds. I will shut my hole, and the floor is yours.
What time do you think it is in heaven? Are you ready to go there? There will be no clocks in heaven, 'cause time will never end. Crying time will be over in heaven. No more tears to wipe off. Just happiness forever and ever. Time will never run out up there. You will be on the streets of gold. You will never, never be old. Jesus will always be with you in prayers and everything else. Happiness will never wear out. Smiles will be all around. Love will always be there in that beautiful heaven up there. It's almost time for heaven. No more schedule is needed up there. Jesus and his angels will come back forever and ever and more. Crying time will be over in heaven. No more tears to wipe off. Just happiness forever and ever. Time will never run out.
Nice.
I just wrote that about 8 days ago.
Nice. Not bad. That's great. And I'm curious, how often is just whenever an idea hits your head, or do you sit down and say, I'm going to write a song tonight?
I go to Burger King.
Yeah.
from 2 to 4:30, 2 days a week.
Okay.
And I wrote that song up there in 2 hours.
So it's like your dedicated writing time. You go there every week and sit and have a burger or something.
I
and
sit there and watch the people, and then it comes to you.
Gets
Then
inspired.
you go back and change some words and try to get it.
I gotcha. I was going to do a snoring joke, but I wasn't going to mess with you.
I've only been doing this 7 years, and I never had time when I was younger.
Yeah.
'Cause I worked 3 jobs. I worked in a high school for 40 years. Yeah, I drove school bus. I worked in the church.
Okay.
But I just never had no time. Plus, a lot of the things with the family and stuff.
Sure.
I'm enjoying life a lot better now.
Well,
Since I got involved in the military program and the museums and downtown.
Sure.
And everything I talk about.
Yeah, you roll up
It's
your
just
sleeves and
wonderful.
getting active, and that's kind of helped you deal with your own, problems and things in life. So yeah,
It relaxes me, and it's good for the mind. And if you can read a book or read a message or something, and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And like I say, the gym's taking 132 pounds off, and it's wonderful to go there. And next month, Lord willing, we'll have a lot of things to talk about.
Excellent. That's why, he works out and does everything. That way he can eat the 10-piece of chicken nuggets at Burger King while he's waiting there, while he's doing his songs and watching the world go by.
Yes.
Very good. If you have any questions about now, do a plug for your CD, if anybody, since we're talking about singing. As Robert mentioned earlier, he has a CD that's all of his original music with him singing, accompanied on piano there, as he had mentioned earlier. If you'd like a copy of that CD, you can buy one. How much is it again?
$20 for 14 songs.
There you go. And all you need to do is call Robert here at the number that he's about to give you. What's that phone number, Robert?
575-208-9513. And I have a message machine you can leave a message on.
Yeah, leave a voicemail if you don't get live Robert, and he'll call you back when he. But if you want to, but like I said, if you want to talk to him or anything, like I said, come on out the 21st to Grace Community Church at 2 p.m. For the High Prairie Poetry Society monthly meeting, and you can talk to him about the music or poetry and all that good stuff, or anything really.
I'll be happy to meet you and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Good deal. So do we get it all, Robert?
Yeah.
Do we get it all for today? Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having 106.5 FM every day, and y'all do a wonderful job here.
Well, thank you, and thank you for spending time with us and sharing your information and your music and everything with us. We do appreciate that, and we appreciate you staying active in our community. That's a good
Everybody
thing.
can wake up now.
There you go. Stop snoring and suck on a sardine candy cane.
Yeah, look at that.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll see you here next month. All right.
Yes.
A good deal. Have a good month and enjoy the 2023.
Yeah, you too.
All right, it is 9:38. We're going to pause for news, Hannity, and a quick break as well. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. We have a road closure to tell you about in Carlsbad today. Energy Avenue is scheduled to be closed today and tomorrow for construction. It's scheduled to reopen Thursday. In addition, US 62-180 at milepost 32 is scheduled to have lane shifts and lane drops, so that will result in delays for about 3 days. During the closure on Energy Avenue, residents and businesses in the area will have uninterrupted access to their buildings. Construction signs will be placed to detour traffic. The public's cooperation and observance of all the signage will be greatly appreciated. The Bureau of Land Management is seeking public input on the latest round of oil and gas leases. 19 parcels of land up for grabs this time around, mostly in Eddy, Lee, and Chavez counties. The total about 3,200 acres. You can see the exact locations online at the BLM website, and public comments are accepted only online at the BLM website through February 6th. Additionally, the BLM says comments that contain only opinions will not be addressed. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
I like the commitments to America. I thought it was a brilliant idea. Kevin McCarthy put it together. Republicans in general have to re-examine deeply how they approach elections in the future. Democrats, they're all about ballots. Republicans, they're doing it the old-fashioned way. Let's do rallies. Let's do press avails. Let's kiss babies and go to fairs and taking selfies. The Democrats are not campaigning that way. They're running negative ads, avoiding the press. They don't do town halls. They then spend the majority of their time and money harvesting ballots legally in most states.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
My friend had his home stolen. The crime is home title theft. It's real. It's horrendous, but it's real, and it's everywhere. Now, luckily, this was just a demo, but I saw how criminals all around the world target American homeowners, and that's why I protect my home with Home Title Lock, and you need to as well. And a thief can simply forge your signature on a legal document claiming you sold your home to them. Homeowners insurance and common identity theft programs do not protect you, but Home Title Lock does. So protect yourself. Just go to their website. It's HometitleLock.com/Sean, SEAN. Verify your home's title is still safely in your name. Then just register your address for a free, no-obligation home title report for your files. That is a $100 value, absolutely free. That's HometitleLock.com/Sean, HometitleLock.com/Sean, SEAN.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We do have a cold front and low pressure system developing over the Panhandle region, and that'll be moving through our area tomorrow, so we can expect some gusty wind, but rain doesn't look too likely with this system. A few clouds, but generally fair today. We'll be in the low to mid 70s. Overnight, partly cloudy. It looks like mid 30s to low 40s, and then we get the gusty wind on Wednesday, sunny and upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell says the central bank has only a limited role to play in fighting climate change. That puts Powell at odds with environmental activists. They have been pushing central banks to take steps to limit lending to energy companies. In Powell's words, we are not and will not be a climate policymaker. Bed Bath & Beyond's fiscal third quarter sales down 33%. As the home goods company works on striking the right balance with its shoppers. Last week, Bed Bath & Beyond cautioned it may need to file for bankruptcy protection. Wall Street's benchmarks headed higher at mid-morning with corporate earnings season kicking off and an update on inflation in the U.S. due later in the week. The Consumer Price Index due for release on Thursday. Virgin Orbit stock has tumbled after a failed satellite launch in the U.K. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
If your car breaks down, no need to cry, because there's always a pal nearby at Big O. At Big O Tires. Locally owned will get you in gear. That's because you've known us for years at Big O. And Big O Tires. Don't need to sweat any extra labor. You can always trust a good neighbor at Big O. At Big O Tires. The best service is part of our code. Need a cup of sugar? We're down the road at Big O. At Big O Tires.
Hurry into your local Big O Tires now through January 29th and buy 3 tires, get 1 free on 4 select in-stock Nexen or Aspen tires with installation purchase. That's right. Buy 3, get 1 free. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required, not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted.
When Rhonda was experiencing severe abdominal pain, she knew she could count on Artesia General Hospital's emergency department to provide critical care any time of day or night.
I didn't think twice about driving the 45 minutes from my home to Artesia's ER. I felt like I was their only patient. Excellent care from everyone, and I'm thankful beyond measure.
Each year, thousands of patients trust Artesia General Hospital with their health emergency. With specialty certifications in advanced adult and pediatric life support and trauma care, their emergency room physicians have the experience you need when every second counts. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/emergency.
With the hustle, bustle, and bright lights of the holidays in the rearview mirror, it's time to ease into the new year with a new car or truck from your friends at Roswell Ford. Because nobody makes car buying easier. With more than 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock and brand new units arriving all the time, finding the perfect vehicle is easy. A 3-day money-back guarantee on all pre-owned vehicles makes the decision easy. No payments for 90 days easily gives you time to put those holiday expenses behind you. And with a goal of 100% credit approval, Roswell Ford even makes financing easy, regardless of your credit situation. And we happily accept I-10s. Like I said, easy. So make some time and come see what we have for you at the Tailgate Nation. Whatever you're looking for, you can count on Roswell Ford to keep it simple and make it easy. We're waiting for you now at the corner of 9th and Main, so we're even easy to find.
If your family's like mine, they're ready for some fun. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. A trip to Glenn's is like a trip to Disneyland. A new buttery soft power reclining sofa and love seat turns your living room into familyland. Cozy new bedroom furniture turns the bedrooms into dreamland. A handsome new dining table transforms your old food court into a 4-star restaurant. And it's all in stock, on sale, and ready for free delivery. So treat your family with a trip to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda.
The best burrito in the game just got a brand new location. Burritos and More, now open at 2506 North Main, across from Goodwill in Roswell. So what makes Burritos and More the best burrito in the game? It's simple. The freshest ingredients, homemade tortillas, and a huge menu chock full of all your breakfast and lunch favorites. Plus, enchiladas, fajitas, quesadillas, combo platters, and so much more. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 to 2 at 127 South Richardson and at their brand new location, 2506 North Main, across from Goodwill in Roswell. Burritos and More, the best burrito in the game.
This is Dallas Cowboys football 2022.
Snap back to Prescott. He's got a lot of time.
Only heard here.
Deep down the right side. Oh, it's caught at the 45, 40, Pollard.
All season.
20, 10, Pollard. Good night, nurse.
Monday night, it's your Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Live from Raymond James Stadium.
On this Dallas Cowboys radio network station.
Pre-game at 5, kickoff at 6 on 92.9, The Brand.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 47 minutes after 9 o'clock. Got a few minutes here before we wrap up the show. By the way, I still taste that sardine thing in my mouth. That candy cane, it's still there. And I think it's followed up with a hint of that. I still smell the sour cream and onion. Or not sour cream, sour cream and onion. I still smell that in my nostrils a bit. It's not pleasant.
I still taste the sour cream and onion one.
Yeah, it linked. Maybe that's what it's not the sardine. I'm still tasting that.
I underestimated that one.
That one's just, well, we did it for you. Now you guys don't have to try it. So you're welcome. Not that anyone was itching to try those, but
just I was going to say the bacon one was good, but even that I'm walking back on too.
Yeah, they're all gross. None of them are what I would call something I would like to eat the whole pack of.
Yeah.
Or one entire candy cane of. Can you imagine eating a whole one of those candy canes? You're going to be burping that all day. Oh, gosh. Yeah. That's not good. Hey, if you would like to do good things instead of bad things like eat horrible candy canes, give the gift of life and donate blood. For folks in Artesia, you can do so tomorrow. Vitalant will be doing a blood drive in Artesia at Hotel Artesia there in the meeting room tomorrow from 1:30 to 5:30. Everyone that donates blood in Artesia tomorrow will get a $10 gift card, Amazon gift card. So if you need a extra little bonus to donate blood, there you go. If you are here in Roswell, your next opportunity to donate blood will be this Thursday, January 12th. They're going to be at the Vitalant office located at number 3 Grand Avenue Plaza, Thursday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again, everyone that donates blood at that event will also receive a $10 Amazon gift card. Matter of fact, at any blood drive that Vitalant has this month, they're giving away the $10 gift card. So if you need a little extra bonus to donate in January, there you go. Put it towards some more flavored candy canes or something.
I was gonna say we could probably can't have a candy cane eating contest for charity.
Don't give that $10 to Thomas. He'll do ill will with it. He'll buy weird things. So we don't want that. But you guys, you do you. If you would like to get an appointment at either blood drive in Artesia tomorrow or here in Roswell Thursday, reach out to Vitalant by calling 575-840-8178. Again, that's 575-840-8178. And they'll get you on lists, get you signed up and everything else. And if you can't make either one of those, Artesia tomorrow, 1:30 to 5:30, or Roswell Thursday, 11 to 3. Carlsbad, they'll be hosting a blood drive this Saturday, January 14th, at the Albertsons in Carlsbad. They're going to have the blood mobile there. So if you're in Carlsbad between 11 and 2:30, you can donate. Your next opportunity besides Thursday here in Roswell will be Saturday the 21st. Same date, the dance and all that's going on. They're going to be doing a blood drive at the Vitalant office from 11 to 2:30, number 3 Grand Avenue Plaza. Again, $10 promotional gift cards and all that. Call to sign up the appointment, 575-840-8178. So
then you can eat after you give your blood.
Yeah, and you can eat there, actually. Usually they because you
get your strength back.
Yeah, so you get to usually drink juice and tea and have cookies or chips or something, and then you can go get full meal if you want, or before, whatever. I know.
Go dancing.
It's always a good idea to iron up, especially for females. Men usually generally have enough iron when they donate blood in their systems, but I'm not saying every person's like this, but a lot of times women will come in low on iron. And then they're not able to donate blood because they're low on iron. So, and this is good advice for anybody. Eat before you donate. They always say don't, like you go to do lab work or something, they always tell you fast. When you go to donate blood, you want the other direction. You want to have a good meal before. That keeps you from fainting and passing out and stuff.
Do they have an iron deficit? Like, you must have this much iron to
they'll do screen you, make sure your blood pressure, all that's good, but then they'll make sure you're okay to donate. And so they'll check. But if the blood is low in iron, which apparently is common with women, and again, this is just what I'm hearing when I go to donate. I'm by no means an expert. That they recommend that you and this is good advice for anybody. If before you donate blood, if you're a liver person, if you love liver up, because liver's higher in iron. Get you a nice liver. Now, most of us don't want nothing to do with that liver. I get you, except unless you're my wife or a scant few other people, they ain't messing with liver. Fish will get you there too. You do a Google search. I think broccoli is another one. There's a list. If you're like a
spinach, I think has
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know them all. But I know just load up on those before you go, and that'll usually help you out.
Yeah.
To do that, because like my wife, it's happened several times where we'll go to donate blood, and they won't let her because she's low on iron, and they tell us, well, that's usually something men don't have a problem with. Generally, it's usually women. But that being said, it's not unheard of for a male to be low in iron and need to iron up a little bit too. So. And watching Iron Man, all the Iron Man movies will not get that done, fellas. You got to put some stuff in your gullet to do that. And I'm always one that's, because there's so many vitamins out there, and I know they got like your health supplements now. These ones that it's like eating vegetables in a pill and all that. And I've never had them. I don't know the validity of them one way or the other. I don't.
Well, I think people just don't know what iron does to you. They're just like, well, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah. But I think people because you go to the vitamin shelf in any store, and it's full of stuff you really probably don't need. You're making. I always call it expensive pee. You're making a bunch of stuff to make your pee more expensive. That's really all you're doing. It's not. Now, I'm not saying some people don't benefit from some of that, because some of they do. But if you eat healthy, then you don't need to do those things. You get those nutrients in your food. But most of us don't eat healthy, so you do supplements, which I'm okay, if it's. But sometimes when people are like, oh, I take fish oil every day, or I take omega whatever, It's like, did a doctor talk to you about that, or you just saw a commercial and decided that's a good idea? And most people saw a commercial and said, I need that, and bought their vitamins, and then they think they take them every day.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's great, but do you really understand what you're doing and taking? And so anytime you're dealing with that stuff, talk to your doctor first. Don't, especially if you're already taking a slew of meds. Like if you're on, I'm on blood pressure, I'm on, especially if you're taking other meds, because that could counteract. You don't know, and you got to let your doctor know. And so the doctor can work accordingly, because one of your meds might counteract with some of those vitamins, and if you don't tell them, then you might have a problem. So, anytime you're doing a regimen of vitamins or anything like that, talk to your healthcare people before you just decide to do one, because to me, at the very minimum, you're doing something that's a waste of time. At worst, you could be doing something that's more harmful to you than helpful. So pay attention. Now, that being said, there is a time and a place for some of those things. And certain people and certain, need that kind of stuff. But not everybody does. And
well, they don't realize they need it either, like calcium or potassium or magnesium.
Let your doctor talk to you about that stuff.
Why do I need that?
Yeah. Well, and we do. We all need it. It's everything in your body is, it's the food you put in. It takes that and breaks it down and takes the nutrients it needs. And so I know I've got way off topic from, eat some liver to where we're at now. But
health talk.
Some people go when it comes to their health and they just start doing something because they think it's good or assume it's good. And you might be right in many cases. I'm not saying you're not, but anytime you're doing something like that, especially if you're deciding on a regime of intaking something to your body, it's always a smart idea to fire that idea off your doctor before you, because the doctor will be like, you know what? Yeah, you can do that, but here's another idea that's going to be much more effective and safer for you, and here's a way to do that. Obviously the real cure-all is just eat right and exercise, but
also stay hydrated.
But none of us,
your organs will thank you.
None of us are perfect, or many of us aren't even remotely good at doing that. I'm certainly not, and so we try to find the quick fix, which I get it. I got that same mindset. I'm always like, I can do it this way or this way. I'll take the easy way. Absolutely. But there is no magic pill to make you better on everything, and there never will be. I know many people think in science, and we've watched enough Star Trek where they wave a wand over you and, cancer's gone. You're good. We knocked it out in 5 minutes, maybe we'll get to somewhere like that, but we'll never get to that point when,
I think people also don't realize how much vitamins are in just natural foods.
Well, if it's natural foods, and that's
just like fruits and vegetables and even meats.
That's part of the problem the world we live in today. It's, because food is shipped and packaged and
not processed foods, but natural foods.
But that's just it. People are mistaking processed foods for natural foods. Like you get a burger at a restaurant, it may or may not be a natural one, or it could be a processed piece of shoe leather.
Soylent Green.
Yeah, exactly. And so you eat a burger and you're like, well, am I getting an actual burger with ground beef from a cow that was good, or is this something that's got that, a little bit of that, and everything else is, homogenized, whatever, and that's the world we live in, and you got to educate yourself on that. It's a little different than eat your fruits and veggies and you're good to go. It's sure, if you do that, actually go to the store and pick it up.
Yeah,
but if you're just getting box meals or things that, you don't know, you got to do your homework on that stuff, and society's not going to tell you. You got to figure it out on your own. So, we got to go. It is 59 after, so excuse me, I got hiccups from those candy canes.
Those don't have any vitamins in it.
No, I don't think. They are devoid of anything good, pretty sure. So if you missed any part of the show, you can go back and check it out at your leisure. Log on to ksvptv.com, click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you can check them out after the show here. Roy will separate the interviews from today's show, and you can watch them whenever you want. Don't forget, if you're looking for sports too, ksvptv.com will take you there, but you can also check out our YouTube channel, Roswell Talk FM on YouTube. You can follow all of our sports there as well. So wherever you go, sports or ksvptv.com, we got you covered.
I think it depleted some of our vitamins.
Yeah, probably took some away. All right, we got to go. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Have a great day, everybody.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. California's storms are swamping roads, battering coastlines with high surf, turning rivers into gushing flood zones, and forcing the evacuation of thousands in towns with histories of deadly mudslides. The storms are even prompting tornado warnings. At least 14 people have died since the storms began last week. In Ventura County, Janine Conahay, speaking to ABC 7 Los Angeles, says she's offered to help neighbors whose home and paddock were threatened by rising river levels.
We discussed it the other day. She has a horse and a pony that's down basically at the river line. She boards them there, and she lives in the front house from me. We're on high ground right up here. So I said, we've gone through this before in '98 during El Nino. We had my sister and her husband have